Hello guys, how's it going? White Storm here and welcome to the next edition of WoTiLeague.com's big tournament. Now today I am joined by Fila. Welcome Fila to the stream. How you doing, buddy?
Fine, how are you?
Oh, smashing mate, absolutely brilliant.
That's
So
great.
this is your first time joining us on the stream. Well done and welcome to you for joining the stream. That's brilliant. Who are you and what are you doing here?
Oh, thanks. I'm just a Czech boy from Czech Republic and having a fun there. Wanted,
Yeah?
wanted to help.
Wanted to help. That's brilliant. You know what? We need all the help we can get. We appreciate it. Who have we got playing today?
We've got OM with the PvP guy and others, and versus Prism. The
OM
OMs
against.
should win, in
Yeah,
my
you reckon?
opinion.
You're
Yeah,
going for an Odin
yeah,
Mortis win already.
OM win.
Quick on the trigger there. So Odin Mortis against Prism, and their first map today. Who have they picked and why have they picked it? Any ideas?
They picked mines because it's easy to defend.
Yeah.
The mines should be the defend the wins all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So mine should end 1-1 to
Yeah.
the
I
another
mean,
game.
you expect it to go with serve, so to speak.
Yeah, the OM will camp
Yeah.
because we are used to OM camping already.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
the Prism will just take their defense because mines are too hard to attack.
Yeah. I mean, let's leave it to what happens in the actual game, but it's probably going to go the way that you describe it. Interesting strategies though that you can do on the uh, on the mines map. There's obviously a lot of people like to take the hill. They like to get map control and they like to do that quick rotate. Deciding on whether they're going to actually attack one. We've got the double feint and going to two maybe. That back line though is very easy to sit on the back and just defend either cap, because you've got a lot of mountainous terrain, hilly terrain. You've got ridges, you've got water to slow people down on the 2 line. So and then obviously in the 1 area you've got buildings that make it easier for you as the attacking team to get into all sorts of interesting little positions in order to snipe the guys in the back ridge. So lots of different dynamics that can be happened. What do you think's going to happen first? How crucial is that central hill to gaining map control? Do you expect people to go balls deep into there straight away, or do you think they're going to be cagey to begin with?
Not really. If they are playing for the base 1, they have to take the hill. But if they are rushing for the base 2, they will just take a ton of CSs and push down the peninsula down there.
Absolutely.
And just cap it.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so I'm just getting confirmation now in my ear that the teams are ready. So we're going to begin the countdown shortly. This is quite exciting. I'm interested to see. Do you think we're going to get a standard game, or do you think somebody's going to have some sort of fancy tactics and they're going to try and go for it? I'm very interested to see what it is that they do. So everybody, let's get ready for this first map. Also, guys, don't forget we have a giveaway, exclamation giveaway in the chat if you want to be involved in that. Giveaway has been announced on social media. You can see what it is. I believe it's a Carnarvon Action 10. Is that right? And there is a whole bunch of days and bits and bobs that go along with that. So remember, exclamation mark giveaway, and you'll be able to get involved in that. I believe the teams are just about ready. We're going to start the countdown very shortly. And then they're going to reveal their tanks, and then we're going to get straight into the battle. Okay,
Yeah.
countdown has begun. That's fantastic. Okay, they're revealing their tanks now.
Prism guys.
Fantastic. So whilst we get into the
Let's go
into the game, I'm just gonna have a quick check here. So who's playing today? We've got Odin Mortis against Prism, and then later on we've got 3PX against GOP. So quite an interesting setup. We've got 2 very interesting games. Anyway, let's get straight back into the games here. Let's see who's playing. Odin Mortis bring 2 IS7s, 4 Super Conquerors, and a T100 Light. Meanwhile, on the opposition's team, Prism take 113, an Object 277, a Super Conqueror, 2 VZ55s, and 2 CS63s. So very interesting. Let's see how this plays out then. So at the bottom here, I'm sitting with Odin Mortis in the blue, and for me anyway, and they're beginning to take their initial area where they're going to start defending from. Meanwhile, it looks to me like the Prism team are racing down the 1-2 line. What's your initial thoughts, Fila, on the positions
That
taken?
the Prism is just going to fast cap it, and the OM cannot have the resets, and they will just lose ton of HPs for that. Because Tanis is now going up the hill to farm those Skonks. And the WZ with the 113 should cap already. He should just get into the cap, because Combat cannot decap it, and Mark also cannot decap.
Do you
They
think
don't have anyone for the
quick
decaps
cap
now.
straight away? That's
They have to do that.
they have to quick cap, don't
Because
they?
Timmy doesn't have now shots to the decaps, so
Yeah.
Comet have to overpeak. And when he's overpeaking, he's up for the CSS.
So this looks like a rehearsed cap, like rush cap, really.
Yeah.
I love the play. They've got 15 seconds to react. I don't see how they're going to react, to be honest. They've got 10 seconds remaining. They've got to get that decap. The 2 VZ sitting there. They have managed to decap once so far. The T100 Light's making a desperate play up to the D2 area.
They've got it.
And they managed to get the decap. So
now the Serpe with the haze have to kill the VZ with the 130.
Yeah.
And
so they come out of the cap. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
So they have to react now. They've actually got an overmatch on the 2 Super Conquerors, and they're going to get them out of the game in short order.
The
Prism
IS-7s
going down to
useless.
8,500 hit points. Meanwhile, Oda Mortis still sitting on about 10,000.
The IS-7, like the Mark and Comet, are completely useless now. They are no use for them.
There's a lot of players down there on the Prism side though that have they've only got 800 or 600 hit points.
From Comet. I'm for 277 for 1.6k.
You know what? There's nearly 3,000 hit points worth of damage between the teams here, so it's going to be interesting to see if anybody can turn the tide of this. But I can't see this going any other way.
No, OM is still defending it. They have to play slow now.
They have to really nurse those hit points.
They are still defenders and know where is everyone. And they're now getting clipped by the VZs.
Do you know what? If the 263s made their way onto the Super Conqueror and just got rid of him, he's isolated from the rest of the team.
And he's dead. Now
he's dead.
IS-7s have to push the VZ there.
Yep.
The 2 VZs there and the 113.
And the VZ is dead. That's it. GG.
Now 100%. Make it the fast 113, and it's still winnable for OM.
This is very much in the balance. It's actually much more
it's way closer than I
thought. Absolutely.
Yeah.
At one point there, we had 10 seconds left and the game was over. All of a sudden, it's complete changeover, and we've got a 1-3-3 that they 1-1-3 that the Super Conqueror and the IS-7 just have to push on, get rid of, because they need
actually win this, honestly.
300 hit points remaining for that 1-1-3. Super Conqueror come rounds on him and gets the kill. So we've got the 2 Oda Mortis guys in the northern part of the map on a complete switch, where the 2 CS63s are going to make a play for the 1 cap.
Yeah, but
it's all about whether they realize, Oda Mortis realizes that that's what they're doing. And it doesn't look like they are.
They know that. They know that they are doing that, but they are way too slow just to do anything with that. The Eskon will be there fast, but he's not capable of killing the 2
I think
CSs.
the crucial thing here is we're seeing that the Super Conqueror and the IS-7 are split.
Yeah.
So if the CSs wanted to, obviously they don't know this yet, if the CS wanted to, they could go round on one of them and maybe all in, but that's a high risk, high reward
They are
strategy.
now hiding behind that building, so the Max can easily decap it. Like, Mark have to overpeak and just decap it.
Yeah, I think the only way the only way that they're going to win this is by soloing Mark hates Arty. And then getting the high ground. That's them spotted. They're done.
Mark getting the decap.
And now they've realized that they're split, they have to run.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the very last play.
Kill the 1 shot.
Yep, Esconk manages to get the 1 shot. That's it, all over.
Way too closer than I anticipated.
You know what? That was a very exciting game. I felt like all of a sudden it was going in one team's favor, and then it went in the other team. That was absolutely fantastic. You know, that first initial play, I thought, what are they doing? They've given away the best part of 600 to 700 hit points before they've even gotten in position, and it turned out that it nearly could have been the game-winning strategy. That's crazy, absolutely crazy.
It was honestly way too close for the OM comfort. It shouldn't
Right.
be in the state like that with their setup. Like they had for S-Kongs. It shouldn't be in the states where you have two CSs on the end.
Yeah. Sorry, I just had a little bit of feedback there, so I had to quickly sort that out. I've managed to sort that out. So I lost my train of thought because of that. Fila, we're going to talk about the damage now, real quick. Let me just bring it up. So
The CS, their Horizon 15 10 10, like perfect.
yeah.
Hit span, easy for him. Same as WZ's, spanning every shot they hit.
Hmm. So the Oda Mortis team, Super Conqueror sitting there on 3,705. Mark Hates Arty in the IS7 clearing 3,691. We've got another Super Conqueror here sitting on 2,680. Comrade PvP in the IS7 for Oda Mortis, getting 2,349. 2 kills there as well. Fantastic play. Seppers managed to get in his Super Conqueror 1,719. Killer Chris in his Super Conqueror getting 1,626. And Simi in his T100 Light clearing 920 damage. Meanwhile, on the opponent's team, Prism, Horizon gets 3,787. That's pretty decent considering in his CS63. The Unholy getting 2,916 in his VZ55. The next VZ55 gets 2,650. Germanium manages to get 1,878 and 2 kills. That's pretty decent in his 113. The Object 277 clearing 1,441. Lannis in his Super Conqueror getting 919 damage. And the final CS63 clearing 855. One thing that I'm noticing initially from those two damage profiles is obviously Oda Mortis having a much wider spread, the damage coming from all members of the team, and much more of it. I wonder if that's kind of indicative of the team skill.
Yeah, it
But we'll see.
is
We'll
like having
see.
the damage dealt in the more guys. It's being the better team that they are
Absolutely.
able to show the HPs.
Absolutely. Okay, so we're going to go into the next game shortly. Unfortunately, we're not quite ready yet, so we're going to talk quickly about partnerships. Xander, are you going to join us today?
Hello, guys. Xander P here. I'm gonna be showing the monitor so you guys can see the websites of our partners, which is gonna be the Daily Bounce and MMO War Games. You should be seeing the monitor in just now. We're still loading the website. So, guys, just a quick thing. I really like to appreciate the help from MMO War Games that does articles about World of Tanks, the same as the Daily Bounce. Actually, we're just learning that World of Tanks and Wargaming are under DDoS attack. As you can see, we have our stream here widget on the website, and also I would like to thanks to the Daily Bounce, especially Arconan, for sponsoring our stream as well, hosting our stream on the website. So with this, I will get back to the studio. Back to you, Whitey.
Thanks very much, buddy. That's brilliant. So, yeah, some people are DDoSing Wargaming. Was that what you were saying there? Holy smokes, that's not very pleasant considering a lot of people like to play the game, but hopefully it won't affect us here tonight. We've got a lot of follows coming through on the chat. Thank you to everybody that has followed the WoTi League official Twitch channel. That's absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for your support, guys. Hopefully the two teams are going to be ready very, very shortly, and
They
then
are
we'll get
ready
into the
both
next
already.
round.
We can start the countdown, boys.
Okay, we're starting the countdown now. That's fantastic. Once again, thanks everybody, and don't forget to get involved in the giveaway for that Carnarvon Action 10. Right, let's get stuck in to the next fixture. We're back on mines. Fila, how do you think this is going to play out?
The OM guys are going for the one cap
Uh-huh.
with the T100 and 113s, while the Prism guys are just going to defend the base, I would say. Maybe putting the T100 up the hill.
Ace. So let's have a quick look at the teams. Odin Mortis is set up as follows. They've got 3 113s, a Super Conqueror, a VZ55, a CS63, and a T100 Lite. Meanwhile, Prism have got 113, an IS7, an Object 277, two Super Conquerors, a VZ55, and a T100 Lite as well. So this is very interesting. It looks like Prism are initially going to spread out along the bottom side of the hill to get as much information as they can. Meanwhile, the CS63 and the T100 Lite for Odin Mortis are going to take the hill.
They are taking the hill. When the Skonks are on the base, the OM have the hill for the fee, so they can now farm the VZs for fee. The killer can now just farm them. The VZ with 277, where the 113s are going to play hard down there and farm the Skonks in the back.
That's it. And obviously we see the initial damage going down on the I7 and the VZ55. So they've managed to get straight in there. They've taken the crucial positions. The 113 for Prism is trying to proxy anything that's on that initial lip there. Possibly spotting the CS63, although I don't think he is currently.
Yeah, he was spotting him. He's not currently, but he is spotting towards the York.
Odin Mortis not getting punished by Prism. So Prism currently down 15,673 hit points. Meanwhile, Odin Mortis have virtually no hit points lost. Just a couple. So now we're looking at a very static game, and they might play for time here. What do you think, Fila?
No, OM is now slowly going towards the 1 cap. They are not going to play for the time. They cannot cap the base 2 because of the 277 and I7 on island, so they have to play for the base 1.
They have to play for it.
Yeah, they have to.
They have to do time
you
push then.
You cannot kill the IS7. Like, you have to overpush him, and that's way too risk and way too costly. So they are now just taking the control about the base 1.
Interesting. So it looks like Prism don't really seem to have any idea what they're doing. So they've not got that information at the moment, and they cannot exploit it. It looks like the Object 277 and the VZ55 are still just sitting back in the ridge, protecting the 2 cap, but they're not able to really be in the game. Meanwhile, it looks like the T100 Lite for Prism is it going down the 1 line, trying to get that crucial information to see what the enemy team are doing.
Yeah, the 277 with VZ now should just go to the 113 and be ready for the push. The T100 now knows they are not playing for the 2 cap.
Yeah, absolutely. So oh, okay. I'm just getting word that it should be 1-0 in the overlay. We're having a little bit of technical issues. It is 1-0 currently to Odin Mortis. Is that correct?
Yeah. OM ban, Prism 0.
That's right. So, yeah, a little bit of a mod issue there, but don't worry about it. We know what the scores are, and the video is right there for everybody to see. So currently, anyway, back to the match. It looks like the T100 Lite has got the vital information that Odin Mortis are, in fact, challenging the 1 cap. Meanwhile, Prism are sitting pretty, waiting for...
and they are now pushing. They are now doing that and going for
right.
the S-Kongs. The 277s will be there slowly, and they are taking the hill.
So the counter push is coming in now. It looks like the heavies are actually going to push for the hill.
Yeah, that might be the mistake for the Prism guys, because they will now just take way too much HPs for that, and the CS plus T100 can just jump off.
Yeah, and it looks like all of those heavies are now going to just clip out those Super Conquerors that were defending. So it looks like Odin Mortis are literally just going to kill everybody. They're not even bothering to
are now
cap
going
out.
to die. Even the hill is dying for them. Like, the Jordanko is near the death. He should die for that. The killer is not even getting a hit.
Yeah. The Odin Mortis just absolutely dominating Prism here.
Yeah.
Let's move down and have a quick look at the 113 coming in to try and rescue his Super Conqueror friends, but he's going to get there far too late. He does manage to pick up a kill.
He will pick up the Sepes now?
He might pick up Sepes on the VZ55. Yep, and he finally does, bringing it to Odin Mortis having 4 tanks and Prism having 3, but a massive HP disadvantage.
Still this 5k HP difference, so it's game for OM there.
All day. The T100 Lite needs to really get involved in the battle or run away like a crazy, but I think this game is very much decided. 560 points left on Comrade, but he gets the kill on Germanium. And
Now
now
Vina
it's
is
just a bit
running
of
off.
ring-a-ring-a rosies on the T100 Lite whilst he tries to run away. I think they're just going to cap for a laugh, put the pressure on Prism. But yep, there the kill is picked up by the CS63, and that is
GG's for OM 2-0.
that's 2-0. That's 2-0. That was super simple and super easy. Well done. That was efficient. What do you think, Fila?
It was kind of expected, but I thought that Prism will take the defend on the mines. I didn't expect that one. But
Absolutely.
OM getting the defend point, it was expected, to be honest, because mines are easy to defend but hard to attack.
Yeah, yeah. So let's just have a look at the damage on the screen now. And damage is sitting as follows. The Odin Mortis leading at the top in the CS63 with 4,443 damage and 3 kills is Killer Chris. Next up is the 113 with 3,274. The Super Conqueror coming in with 2,623. Timmy Hates in the 113 getting 2,229. The VZ55 with Seppers coming in at 1,502 damage. The T100 Lite clearing 1,485 and getting a kill. And Comrade coming in there with his 113 with 1,414. Meanwhile, on the opponent's team, Germanium is sitting at the top there with his 113, getting 3,516. The Super Conqueror below getting 3,220. The Light Tank coming in with 2,001 hit point. The IS-7 managing to get 1,498. The VZ and the Unholy getting 1,473. The Super Conqueror by Lannis, or driven by Lannis, should I say, getting 888 and a kill. And finally, the Object 277 only getting 1 shot of damage with 498. And I've just been informed that everybody in Odin Mortis hates artillery.
Yeah.
Although I don't know how relevant that is with the HE nerf recently.
And if you just check his score, 12-12, he spent everything that he shooted.
Yeah.
And hit it also. Same as the light tank from Prism, getting 2k damage, while his heavies getting 800, 500 damage. That's poor performance by Prism guys, to be honest, in S-Conks.
You know what? Do you think that's a bit of stage fright? Do you think that the guys are feeling the pressure, that maybe the tactics weren't quite right, or were Odin Mortis just more practiced in this this particular day?
This team from OM is used to play together. They play together a lot of tournaments, even the WoT7. So they are normally playing together. The Prism guys, I'm not sure, but the OM is showing us the skill they've got.
Absolutely. And do you think Odin Mortis might be contenders for the overall title of WoTi League champions?
They might be.
They
We
might
will
be.
see about the 10s and 3PX guys there.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what 3PX and GOP have to do and have to say about all this. But this is very, very interesting. Remember, guys, in the stream there, you can check exactly on the positions of where everybody is on wotileague.com. That's our official website. It's got all of our information. It's got the guidebook that we are running to. It's got absolutely all the details. Everything is completely published and transparent there. You can even download the wotileague.com rules. One of the interesting things, Fila, that you'll see is we're not running EBRs. We've said they're not part of this game.
They are useless in this mode.
They're useless in this mode.
They are
but
useless in 7v7 because they've got 0 DPM.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah. One other thing that's interesting to note as well, no reward tanks and no premium tanks either. This is all tech tree tanks. How do you think that's changed the way that you'd normally see sevens?
Otherwise, we would see full chieftains and 907s, which 279. So this is the gate mode without the chiefs.
Yeah, and you know what? I feel like this is much more back to the grassroots of World of Tanks, because one of the goals of this league was to make sure that it was accessible to all players. So if in the next season, if you guys form yourselves a 7 and get yourself a pretty logo, which anybody can draw as long as it's not rude, we'll publish it. you can join in potentially, because next season there might be some changes. We're going to discuss it. It'd be very interesting to see how we progress. Remember, this is for the players, by the players. I myself, I'm a player of World of Tanks. So is Fila, and it's going to be absolutely brilliant to see how this develops. Anyway, I'm getting interesting news about a little bug here.
Yeah, the game chat is down, so we are now
Game
figuring
chat
out
is
how to.
down. So is that to do is that to do with the the DDoS attack? Who knows? Have you got voice comms? Can you do this via voice comms, Fila?
I'm creating the what channel there, like for so we can message each other there.
Okay,
It's
let's change the way we have. We have to adapt and overcome, and yeah, we'll see if we can make this working. Keep working in the way that we're. I don't understand why people would be DDoSing World of Tanks. I don't think you get much out of them, to be honest. I'm going to leave Fila to check in with the clans. He's going backwards and forwards for me. He's the one that helps me set up the training room chat to make sure that everything is going very, very sweet. Obviously, we're having a little bit of technical issues with the DDoS attack and clan chat going down. We'll get that back up to you shortly. So in the meantime, don't forget, guys, that we do have a giveaway, ! Giveaway, and you can get involved. Just follow the instructions on the screen and you'll see what to do there. Don't forget, you can check out wotileague.com and all of our social media. We are, in fact, teamed up with the Daily Bounce, and we're teamed up with MMOGG. Thank you very much to them, guys, for helping us out and getting this community really going. Let's see, we've got a bit of progress here. It looks like
chat might
everything's
be
back
up.
up.
Yeah,
Yep,
and
I'm
we are
seeing
ready also.
I'm seeing comms again, thank goodness. That's brilliant. So yeah, guys, I just want to say thank you very much for staying with me, staying patient. We're about to go into the next battle, and the next battle is Mannerheim Line. This is brilliant. We saw some fantastic plays on the 2-cap yesterday. I wonder how they're going to tackle this. So, Fila, we have for Odin Mortis, we've got 2 113s, 2 IS7s, and 3 Super Conquerors. Meanwhile, on the Prism side, we've got 2 113s, a Super Conqueror, a 110E5, a Batchat 25 ton, a CS63, and an STB1. 2 very different teams, Fila. What do you make of that?
I'm thinking why we don't see any Kanwagen for the Prism team. It's
Yeah.
to defend the second cap. Meanwhile, the OM team with no light, so they cannot spot the cross of the Prism team anywhere. They
That's
are
it,
literally
yeah.
blind and have to pull one side.
It'll be interesting to see which way they're going to go for this time. Do you think they're going to go towards the south or to the north as an attacking team?
They might play south there.
Yeah. Obviously, the Prism side are getting ready to defend. So they're spreading up across a broad front to get as many guns down range as possible.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it looks like the Odin Mortis team are beginning to make their way towards the south with a little exploratory flurry up to the north by their IS-7 moving into the low ground.
The IS-7 is using optics there, so he's like the LT, but with threat and gun even. So
Yeah.
he's just going to sit there in hull down and spot everyone and deal with them back.
So this is very much relying on his skill to operate that IS-7.
This is just purely skill based. Now the CS is getting spotted and shot by Timmy, I would say there. He's having the perfect shots.
As we see, Comrade in his PV, in his IS-7, sorry, managed to get just below the 2-cap in H8. Hopefully the Super Conquerors are going to join him because he's awfully lonesome, but then nobody's really attacking. It seems very cagey at the moment. Both teams feeling out and trying to get information on each other.
He's safe there with IS-7. Otherwise, if the Prism guys had the Kanwagen picking his left side, he would be kinda dead already. Or
Absolutely.
maybe down to like 1k HPs, maybe 2k.
I tell you what, though, we've got an overmatch in the north. If Prism really do decide to push the 2 113s, this could be very interesting. I'm just going to move across to see what I can see up there. We've got the 113s, and they're getting shots across the map at the Super Conqueror up in the balcony of F4, but I wonder if they're going to be pushed by the E5 to 113 in the back chat. They are getting shot at, They're not connecting any shots at the moment, Prism.
They have to go back now. They have to just run from there. This will be bad for them because they will just overpush them with 1-1-3.
Yeah.
They might have, and the S-Conk is just farming them from the back side.
Absolutely. So yeah, there's not much they can do. They need to run away from here and just regroup. The Super Conqueror looks like he's beginning to move around for the Odin Mortis team coming up the 9 line. As soon as if they do fall back, the 1-1-3s, if they're forced back, that IS-7 in the middle challenging around about the 1 cap, he could be in a complete crossfire.
Yeah, he will be that in that time. Like, they are now just taking the S-Conk towards the E5 enemy,
And it's literally just a slugging match,
be
isn't
pushing
it?
that.
The slugging match between Killer Chris and this 1-1-3 against an E5, a 1-1-3 and a Batchat 25 ton, who's now moving around, looking for a different position. Super Conqueror looks like he's come around to reinforce for Odin Mortis. So it's just literally they've slugged out a little bit of hit points, and Prism are actually down 4,000 hit points. What do you make of that?
They are down only because they are not playing full heavy setup. They are playing the Batchat and the CS, which don't have as much HPs as IS-7 or Super Conqueror. So
very
that's
good
the
insight.
HP defense there.
That's a very good insight. And I'd just like to say thank you to all the guys that are following the stream right now. We've got a lot of guys coming through saying they're following. I'm sorry I won't be able to keep up with it all. Okay, so very much a stalemate at the moment. It looks like a redeployment to the north by Odin Mortis. Maybe they're looking to exploit something here.
Yeah,
Maybe
Prism
they're
is
looking...
running now. So the 1-1-3 Skiller and Timmy should just get the balcony on B4 now to set up the positions, maybe get rid of the CS and start slowly capping the 1 base.
Absolutely. And yesterday I was saying that I thought there were more avenues to exploit with the 1 base, and many more avenues to decap there. They're completely doing the opposite from yesterday's stream, where we saw teams have a lot of success on the 2 cap.
Now Mark should be peeking. Mark should be now peeking at spotting this 1-1-3. Yeah, he spotted him.
He has spotted him.
Now know, so they are just now taking the complete control of over the B line, maybe getting rid of the E5 and Batchat now helping him.
And you know what? We were talking about the skill of the player. They obviously chose the right player for the job because Mark in his IS-7 has done a cracking job spotting that 1-1-3 on the cross,
Yeah.
giving the team all the information they need to make that push to get set up for having as many guns downrange as they need to have. They're completely redeployed all of their team virtually to the top of the map now. Meanwhile, we've still got a number of the Prism guys down in the south, and they're beginning to start making a move round. But is it too late?
They are starting. No, it's perfect time. They are going so slowly towards the river and starting to cap. They have to start the cap sooner or later. With the S-Conk going towards like the B2, B1 position to get rid of the E5 and the Batchat to control them. IS-7 will just move into the cap and cap it.
Yeah. So the IS-7 is just about to get stuck in, is he?
Yeah, he will.
Any moment now, and then it will be a constant pressure to deny any decaps. Oh, the E5 has just had 2 massive hits into the side of him, leaving him on 774 hit points.
E5 is dead when Seppers heals. So E5 is down, and now the Batchat's on
And that is the first kill of the game. E5 is down. Horizon in the CS63 tries to get position, crosses in front of everybody. He stays to the low ground and keeps himself low, trying to get that vital position, but takes one for the team in the side of his turret.
But look at this, the Prism guys have 5 tanks there, and the OM only 4, with the IS-7 being in close proximity, but still, they are outnumbered there, even though they've got the better positions. So it's just down to the dates now. But the Prism are losing 7k HPs. This game should go for the OM easily now.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, the difference is one team has half the hit points of the other team. That is massive. And they have begun to capture the base and set the pressure on the opponent's team. So it's simply a matter of time. I don't think Prism can do anything about this. and it seems like they're in a different league altogether.
Yeah, it's OM. They are Gate Clan at 7 versus 7, even at 15 versus 15. So it was kind of expected for them to win this.
That's good though. It's good to see that they're actually both trying. Nobody's given up. They're still trading away. A decap has actually come in, or it could be an i7 stepping out, but I think it was actually a decap because I did see the hit points go down on the Odin Mortis team, but they're still approximately half the hit points Prism have of Odin Mortis. And the two 113s are very much penned in, and they're just going to get focused down now.
Yeah, this is already just over for OM. Now the Batch Prism and the Tizvu are going to die there. Like the Horizon. Now the Tizvu is going to die. Meanwhile, the winner is alone versus 7 of OM tanks there.
And that is the last 2 minutes of the game, and all we have left is the Super Conqueror and the balcony, all by himself for Prism with 16,
Is he going to jump or
75
not?
hit points. What is he going to do? If he jumps, he jumps.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a jump also there.
Yeah, he's right on the edge. I don't think he will. That would be poor sportsmanship. Nobody likes that.
They might just push him down to the end. AP into Cupola by the 113.
You know what? He's trying to get the damage in. Killer Chris has suffered 2 shots to the face, but the end is nigh. And that is the game for Odin
That's
Mortis.
GG for OM.
That's 3-0. Alrighty, let's go back to the studio. What did you make of that, Fila?
That OM are having the perfect game there.
I mean, yeah,
Perfect
they
seat.
executed their plan to a T. Absolutely
Yeah.
fantastic.
And as I said, complete victory and total dominance by the OM.
Yeah. Alrighty, let's go to the damage screen here. Alrighty. 1 second. Alrighty, are we ready? Okay, so let's go starting from the winning team on the left for Odin Mortis. Killer Chris in his 113 getting 4,590 hit points. Sublime play by him. The next one down is Seppers, gets 3,033 hit points, 2 kills in a Super Conqueror. Timmy gets 2,322 in his 113. The Super Conqueror coming in at 2,315. Simi gets 2,219 in his Super Conqueror, and the 2 IS7s there coming in at less than 1,000 for Odin Mortis. Meanwhile, on the opponent's team, you know what? They all tried. One player getting 3,000 at the very top. The Super Conqueror coming in at 3,292. Lannis getting 1,673 in his 113. The CS coming in at 1,527. Germanium in his 113 getting 1,374. The STB getting 1,357. And the E5 not doing so well. And as you saw there, getting tag teamed at the end. Into the mid game there with 1,266. And the back chat probably not quite achieving clip potential with 775.
Like this Betcha there, who was kind of a wasted spot for the tank. It should have been Kanwagen or something like that.
Mhm.
The Betcha was useless totally there, with 7 shots, 4 hits, and 2 pants.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the golf in class there was quite evident to see. But you know what? Everybody who competed, thank you so much for competing. Of course, World of Tanks, fantastic game, very competitive, and it takes a small amount of knowledge sometimes to change a game completely. This is a game very much about knowledge and information exploitation, and unfortunately for Prism this time, Odin Mortis slightly more experienced, and they achieved their target of taking Prism out of the competition. So moving on now, it looks like we got the next players setting up, ready for the next battle. The next battle is going to be 3PX against GOP, and it's going to be on Himmelsdorf. So very exciting. I'm very interested to see how these guys tackle Himmelsdorf. So yeah, what do you reckon, Fila?
I reckon the VPX will win there. Maybe 3-1 that GOP will take one map, but VPX should be the favorite of this series.
Hmm. I mean, I do think that this is going to be slightly closer. My own prediction, but who knows? There's a lot of ways of playing this map, so it'd be interesting to see. One team, they might go really really heavy and exploit the kind of corridors that you can have, or one team might go slightly more maneuverable but equally as heavy, maybe with 277s and start flying around the map. It'd be very interesting to see what's going on here. So Xander, what's
Oh,
your feeling? What do you think's going to happen, buddy?
well, stream. Just so you know, some of you know, I'm actually from GOP clan. Honestly, my expectations from GOP is that they do a great performance, but they cannot definitely underestimate 3PX, because 3PX is a good clan, even though I've heard from GOP that they've been defeated by GOP before. But in all honesty, I don't know. Like by heart, I want to say that GOP is gonna win. By skill, I'd say 3PX might take the win, but who knows? 3PX, a team from 3PX played today on the Clan Showdown. They might be not motivated to play the game due to the losses they had today, so this might come to the emotional side, and we might get GOP taking advantage of that and trying to take the win. So I wish the best of luck for both teams.
That's an interesting insight. So that you're saying that some of the teams, obviously, they're competing all the time in World of Tanks. They've been playing earlier on today in the sevens, so they might be emotionally fatigued. How much of an effect do you think that's going to have on tonight's league?
Honestly, I think that the fact that they lost on the Clan Showdown, I believe that they might be a bit emotional, a bit frustrated,
Mm,
demotivated to play, and that might be a good advantage from GOP. But at the same time, I've actually had a chat with my clan commander, and he told me, well, we don't want to win against 3PX being demotivated. We want to win them at the full power they have. Otherwise, there's no merit in that. So I like to see sportsmanship like that. Not just because it's coming from my clan, but this is two clans that are allies in the global map. They know each other, they know their tactics, and I believe it's going to be an interesting game because in
mm.
the end of the day, it's two teams that are going to play for the win.
Absolutely, absolutely. And how much of a motivational speaker is the GOP commander? Um, can he spur these players on to really challenge 3PX?
Well, the motivation when it comes to competition, I believe it's great coming from the clan commander. It's, let's just say that it's a clan that has experience in this kind of leagues. They've won the Portuguese league twice
Hmm.
before. They are aware of this 7 versus 7 format, but at the same time, it's not just about speech and about motivating the team to win. It's actually the skill and the training that has come
Yeah.
behind it. So I believe that if they didn't train enough for this battle, I'm not even sure if they're going to be able to defeat 3PX. But it's going to be interesting to see.
So it's all about the pre-work, the organization of their clans. We're going to see a real showcase of what these two clans can do very, very shortly when they come into the training room and we get everything set up. So stand by on that. Just for the moment, we're waiting on the players arriving. Very interesting insight there from Xander on what GOP are doing. Philo, what do you make of that? How would your clans in the past prepare for these kind of events?
I was never in the clan which played the 7 league, or I didn't myself participated in this.
Hmm.
But only once time I was with the Abue, and it uh, was like a year ago for the clan
Yeah.
I was, and we
Yeah.
got clapped, honestly.
No, it's not a problem. I mean, some teams are a lot more organized than others. Some are very much playing by the seat of their pants, whilst others are going into meticulous detail. Certainly with my clan, when I'm setting out the strategies, I go over things over and over and over again, and I'm pretty sure some of my players are bored to tears with going over the strategies that we do to varying success. In all honesty, so it's interesting that some other clans are going through the same processes as well. Obviously, having those quality players is really going to make a difference. And how they use their tanks, knowing the strengths of all the different tanks, knowing the weaknesses of the opponent's tanks, instantly recognizing them, and playing this game for a very good amount of time. A lot of these players, do you think, Fila, are they long-time veterans of this game, or are they new players coming through?
The VPX guys are long-time veterans on the clan scene, at least.
Yeah.
The GOP guys, I never heard about them except Alex from Fame, I would say, and the Navy as well. They were in the Fame or GX, so they also
Yeah.
know how to play this game. Other guys I never even heard.
Yeah. Ace. Okay, great stuff. So players are beginning to filter in now. We've got 3PX guys coming into the showroom, and we've got GOP guys or GOP guys coming in as well. So we've got players starting to show up, ready for their match. Just getting a few messages here. Yep, received. Okay, good. So Himmelsdorf, the first map. What do you think's going to happen here, Fila?
That the VPX are just going to sit at the base, maybe just push up the rails with 113s at 277s, while the GOP are going towards the banana. Bit 277 might use some S-Kongs, 1E150B.
Interesting, interesting. I like using massive, big, heavy tanks on this and just pushing through, making a decision, sticking with it, and pushing through. But obviously, you maybe are a bit more tactical than I am, which is in itself very, very interesting. So, whilst we've got a little bit of time, I'd like to thank everybody who's followed today. Don't forget that we do have a giveaway for the final !giveaway in the chat, and you can get details for that. Also, don't forget, guys, if you want to find out a little bit more information about WoTi League, you can do that by going to www.wotileague.com, and you can see links to all of our social media, all of our rules and guides and things like that that make this the competition that it is today. Okay, so guys are just about to start picking their tanks. It looks like they're all getting into spectator mode, so not prepared to reveal their hand just yet. How are we looking there, Fila? Are we about ready?
The GOP still missing one guy as well. The VPX team is still missing one guy.
Okay, so we're missing one guy from each team. They're beginning to file in. Obviously, these guys probably been playing in sevens or clan rivals or on the global map today. They've also been playing in randoms, more than likely, trying to get through the mission marathon. How's everybody doing in the mission marathon? Can you write down in the chat? How are you doing? What chapter have you managed to get to? Myself, I've only managed to get to level 4. I haven't managed to put much time in because I've been casting this. Fila, how have you been doing? Are you playing in the mission marathon this
Yeah,
year?
I'm playing it. I'm already at stage 6. I'm
You're
doing
at
that
stage
while
6?
grinding, yeah. Doing that while grinding credits in my tier 80 BR.
You know what? I've only got less than 600,000 credits at the moment because I just bought a cram van. So
I've got 7 millions.
oh my goodness,
And
I
already
could really
50,
do.
50
I could.
games per this day. So yeah, I'm
Jeepers.
having way too much time.
You have way too much time in your hands. I think I've played 20 games today, if that.
Yeah, I should study for my university exams, to be honest.
Yes, yes, you should. What are you studying at university, buddy?
Mechanical engineering.
Mechanical engineering. That's not too dissimilar from me. I'm electronics. I work as a radar engineer for the Royal Air Force. So a little bit of mechanics, a lot more electronics, to be honest, and RF theory. So for myself, but you make sure you finish that exams, get all that knowledge, and move on to being able to have a decent job in mechanical engineering, buddy.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
We will see. Like, it's not for me. I'm not having fun at that, to be honest. I'm thinking
No,
about
the
just
studying is
changing.
the hardest part. Keep motivated, mate.
Yeah,
Keep
it is.
motivated. We get some love in the stream for Fila. Keep him motivated, guys. It's really important that you finish your studies and get a real job so that you can afford to have the time to play wonderful games like World of Tanks. For sure. Are these guys ever going to ready up? They're taking ages.
Oh, this is the guy. And
We got
last
everybody
guy.
here.
Still missing for the VPX guy.
Still missing one 3PX guy. Goodness me. Xander, what are you doing in college? Are you doing any college work at the moment, or are you just are you working away?
Not college. Currently, I'm a volunteer firefighter, and on my week
Nope,
times.
Xander, not fancy talking just now.
No, I am talking. I was just muted on
Oh,
TeamSpeak for
he's
some
muted.
reason. So the stream listened to me. I'm currently doing all my life I've been a volunteer firefighter, but currently I'm studying to be a mechanic. I've joined last month to a course, if that's the right word to say. And after that, I plan to release a book about my story of the past that's gonna be released next year. But it's gonna be in Portuguese. Sorry, guys, no translation to English until 2023. As a,
2023.
yeah,
Oh, jeepers.
you either learn Portuguese to read it or you're done. Well, aside from this, it's just mechanics. I want to be a mechanic in the future and restore the Panhard DBR 75 FL10 in great memory of my grandfather.
Excellent. So your grandfather a tank driver?
He was.
Excellent. So we have something in common then, because my great uncle Joe was at the Battle of El Alamein, and he was in fact a tank driver as well. In fact, he actually got shot up his right hand leg all the way up from the knee to the top of his hip by
Holy.
friendly fire jumping out of his tank, which had been exploded by the Germans.
Holy. Honestly, my grandfather never saw action. Action. He only drove the EBR. As probably you know, we have a few panyards in our military. We
Hmm.
used to have this EBR 75 FL10. We have the AML 60, which is the smaller version of an EBR, I must say. And
Hmm.
we have one panyard that the French built just for Portugal, which is the ETT for transportation of military personnel.
Oh, an APV. Okay, cool.
ETT, EAQ Tango Tango.
Excellent. Well, it's great to see that you're actually keeping interested in World of Tanks and actually playing with the real things. That's pretty cool.
I'm gonna be driving a Panyard someday in the future, even though it's not the most loved vehicle in the in the game.
It certainly may not be in the World of Tanks, but in real life, I'm sure it is.
Well, it's a vehicle with two drivers. It goes 90 kilometers per hour. Both drivers get to shoot a machine gun between their legs. But it's gonna be difficult. I've actually seen the schematic of the vehicle. It's gonna be hard to reach to the differential, hard to get the engine running. The middle wheels, it's gonna be a pain in quite a pain to get working wheels. But let's just say in 5 years, I want to get the tank restored and some content, perhaps even on our league.
That would be pretty cool. And you reckon you're gonna have to do a heck of a lot of fabrication to get some of those parts custom made by your shop?
Actually, we have a lot of scrap parts to take out from other tanks because the tank belongs to the military, and the military has approved this to. Actually, we're an organization that works directly with the military, so in the future we might have access to a few other Panyard EBRs. We currently have
That's
two.
that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'm excited to see if you ever get round to completing that project. Especially, it's going to help you with your studies as well, being a mechanical engineering type guy as well, or being a mechanic.
Yeah,
Um,
my objective in the future is to take the. I have two courses, two formations to end, which is the mechanic in small vehicles and also the mechatronics.
mhm.
In mechatronics is gonna help me a lot, not because Panyard is a really advanced vehicle, but it will give me a better understanding on how it will work. So we might see an
So
EBR.
one thing I'm interested to actually find out, just personally, it's got nothing to do with WoTi League, really, to be honest. But how much is the electric vehicles affecting courses like mechanic courses that you're doing right now? Because obviously there's going to be batteries, there's lots of electrical looms and digital dials and things like that. Uh, that must be very, very different
It
compared
is
to working with a nice.
It is
Uh,
funny the fact that we're not learning anything from electric vehicles. We're focusing on combustion,
mhm.
diesel and gas vehicles. But it's actually a good thing you asked because on Friday I made a question to my teacher and asked them, "Hey, we're currently learning the braking system of the vehicles," and I asked them, "Hey, is the braking system, for example, on a Tesla the same as an hydraulic braking system on a normal vehicle?" And it was like, I have no idea. I've been a mechanic for over 30 years on my life, and I have no idea.
Mm. Very interesting. I mean, I think the players are just about to be ready. How are we doing there, Fila?
The VPX and the GOP are there, so we are not just waiting for the ready.
We're
Yeah,
waiting for
ready.
the ready up. So they're all. Just to give everybody in the stream a little insight, there, the teams are now in spectator mode, and they are about to start picking all of their tanks, getting them ready. And as soon as they reveal their tanks, they cannot switch them. So they may have to make sure that they take all of their tanks and make sure they've got the correct ones, so that they can execute their strategy the way that they may or may not have practiced it. It depends, like I say, if they are playing by the seat of their pants or if they're playing in a very controlled, measured stance. Alrighty.
Yeah,
So
the guy from GOP went to the bathroom as well, and Blue is restarting the game because he had the book. So it will be like 2 minutes, I would say. Maybe the Finch computer and Finch internet 3 minutes.
right, okay. So the guys are delaying a little bit. Do you think this is mind games coming from the two teams, keeping the other one waiting?
It's not, wouldn't say like that.
No?
Now, as I'm now looking at this, the VPX should just win this 3-0 easily.
That's very confident indeed.
I know that, guys. I know them really well.
That's good. That's good. So you're going to be able to give us some vital insight and
Yeah, that Blues got the bad aim, for example. He's
Uh-huh.
like really bad at aiming.
Okay. I mean, that's interesting. So you're saying one of the players is not very good at aiming.
Yeah,
This game is all about aiming.
he's just out-aim user, you know,
Also
using
aim user.
out-aim.
Goodness me. Oh dear. So
And they are
yeah.
not just having fun on DS, renaming themselves as exclamation mark, some spaces and exclamation marks.
Oh dear. Right. Hopefully these guys are ready now. I mean, this is taking forever. I think
The GOPs are ready and
everybody's
the
ready.
VPX
Right. Let's
still
begin the
waiting for
countdown.
the VPX
Goodness
last guy.
me. I just want to see the game now. I feel like I don't even know if he's in it. Do you want to drag him out? Or is he in?
He's in this, yeah. He's
Is he
just
still
now
choosing his
reloading.
tank? So we've got one guy left choosing his tank. That's ridiculous.
He's
He's
synchronizing.
synchronizing. You know what? Do you think that DDoS attack is having an effect on the client overall? Oh, he's shown his hand already. He's got the VZ. Oh, it's a bit of a calamity.
They
Anyway,
are-
guys, in the stream and in the chat, don't forget to stick on !giveaway. If you want to check out more information about wotileague.com and what we stand for, who's running it, come and have a look at us. We're all there. Everything's there, published and waiting for you to have a look. Don't forget to check out our partners. Partners are the Daily Bounce and MMOROGG. Don't forget to check them out as well. Thank you very much for them partnering with us. And we're about to enter into the game. And what have we got now, Fila?
We've got 4 VZs from PPX and E5 with IS4 and 113 for the PX team. So that might be implying they just be sitting around the 1 line and 2 line. With the E3, which is you on the GOP team, which is used at the B0. So GOP are gonna just push at the second line.
That's interesting. Let's have a quick look at the 3PX team lineup. We've got Lucas with the 113. We've got an IS4, an E5, 1, 2, 3, 4 VZ55s. Meanwhile, the GOP team have got a 113, an E100, an IS4, a Kranban, 2 VZ55s, and an E3. Do you know what? I really like E3s on this map. I like the narrow corridors and the raw firepower of that 122.
And they are saying, as I said, GOP taking the hill, the EV is just going to sit at the B0 and just shoot everyone at the B line, while the VPX is taking aggressively Q line. They might be even taking the K line up to the K5 and just taking the control over the downside of the map.
Seems to be like it seems to me like 3PX are just pushing all the way down to the K line. Do you think that they're just going to push them and just like be super aggressive?
Yeah, they are getting the control of the map now, while the IS4 is still defending the second base. They now realize that they are not playing for the one cap and they're dating back. So they will
Yeah.
be ready for that. While the 113 is just going to stay there to sidescape and spot every rotation.
Mm.
So the GOP is now basically locked up the hill.
Yeah.
And they have to push the to second base.
Absolutely. So the team is now fully rotating back towards the two cap in the north. They have actually left a 113 lying around at the bottom in J3. So I'm going to switch over my camera to see what the rest of the team are doing as they move up towards the two cap and to try and combat any pressure that the GOP team are going to place. But
Ich,
so far, nothing has really developed.
ich now spotting the EV, and they now know that they are taking the tube cap. 113 is just sidescaping, he's chilling, and GOP now kinda already lost the game, to be honest, with this play.
So it looks like they're doing a timing push, trying to get all of their ducks in a row before they decide to make a play. They haven't spotted anybody yet, have they? Finally, I think somebody has been spotted. Probably the IS4, and the E3 is thrown a dustbin towards him, taking a good chunk of his hit points away. Looks
Now we
like
will see the push of the VZs into the window. The blue taking 700, but getting the window position, so he's able to spot the E100 and test of the guys and decap them. While the 113 should already start rotating.
absolutely,
Even the
and that
VZ.
E3 is been doing some serious work against the IS4 as the GOP team begin to make their play down the A line.
Yeah, the Ify is just there to hold that B line. He's just there holding it, and while they're picking, they are getting minus 700, 750. So
Absolutely.
this is the only purpose of him.
And the VZ55 is obviously spotting the IS4 of the GOP team. So that should enable the rest of the 3PX team to rotate back round, because obviously they've left two guys down at the bottom, one 113 and one VZ, looking around the one cap. So currently there is an overmatch on the two cap by GOP, but a very, very nut to crack.
Now the 3PX have to do something. They have to push from the D line up towards the D7 and start just picking them. But it will be hard for them, really hard to push
Yeah,
this.
it's a very hard place to push through. If you are going to be attacking this, you've got to go straight through the cap, and you've got to make it to A5 and really block off their ability to take shots at you. Can the Kranvan actually hit the A5 area? I don't think he can. I think he's a useless tank up there. I think he has to go and join.
He's able to hit it. He's got like pixels on it, but yeah, he's able to hit it.
But that gun's not as accurate as most people would like it to be.
It's not, but we are able to hit like 1 in 3 shells.
The
that's
GOP
enough.
are making a play now. The IS4 is surely going to go down. VZ55s are going to have to get in that damage. The E100 has lost more than half its hit points.
But was that worth? Losing like another E100 for one IS4, but they are still capping.
Absolutely.
Now-
Absolutely. 30 seconds
Now
remaining
they
on
lock
that
the
cap.
cap. IS, nice.
And they've
capping.
reset it. The
Yeah.
IS4 resets it. Currently a one-man army. E100 has gone down to 67 hit points remaining in these, taken out of the game.
He did nice shield for the ES4 now. And 113 rushing in.
And look at that discipline there. The IS4 is staying in the game, pulling back, keeping the gun in the game. Meanwhile, GOP are trying to really push. They've got 2,000 more hit points, but they're not really taking advantage of that hit point advantage.
Now they should just push the IS4 and BZ there and just kill them before the
Absolutely.
EV comes.
Absolutely. Very, very even right now. The E3 is making his way down, and currently the 3PX have got an overmatch on the GOP team. They need to push in if they want to defend, but in fact, thinking about it, they don't need to.
Gun is just rushing in with full clip, going to clip the Luca there. They have to do something, like 3PX have to do something really fast, or they are dead.
You know what? This could be the GOP win that we were all talking about.
Yeah, they might actually win this.
Oh, the
surprising to me.
E3 smashes, the E3 smashes Ranger, and Alex has managed to kill as well. So just a VZ left. That was unexpected. So 3PX, one tank remaining against GOP. They've really pushed for it. We were talking about earlier on whether they would be fatigued from playing earlier on. clearly they're not. Clearly they are super up for it as eSuba starts taking shots at the VZ, and Ammo racks him as well, I think. And there he is exploded.
And that's GG for GOP, 1-0 over VPX. Kinda unexpected for me.
So Fila's prediction proves wrong, unfortunately for him. But you know what? A very exciting game, a very, very tactical game, very, very acute. They lined up, they got ready for the attack. They timed it, they felt it out, seen if they could actually successfully do it, and then they went for it. And you know what? What made the difference there? I think the E3's timing, being that it's such a slow tank, it rolled in just at the right time. And started taking out guns from the game. Fila, what's your reaction there, buddy?
I didn't expect the VPX just dying that fast. And it wasn't even the close game, to be honest. The GOP just stomped over them. Look
Yeah.
at the Baboon damage, 4.1k, Alex getting 3.3, Navy getting also 3.3k. They are just carrying this game in 3 guys already.
Absolutely.
Even though 3PAs got the damage even spread, expect Silent that he died instantly. But they are just spreading the damage, so it's showing us that how competent they are in carrying the HPs to another tank.
And you know what? This was decided on a moment, and it was just a perfectly timed push. And unfortunately for 3PX, they didn't have the tools to defend. Let's go down the damage list here, starting with 3PX, and quite an even spread of damage. So they kept discipline. Let's go down through it. So the VZ55 driven by Blue, sitting on 2,984. The next one is the next VZ coming in second with 2,583. Lucas in his 113 getting 2,337. Ragnar in his VZ55 getting 2,093. The IS4 having a staunch defense there in the 2-cap, sitting on 2,068 hit points and a kill. Apple sitting in his VZ55 with 1,798. Meanwhile, the E5 got no damage whatsoever. On the opponent's side, the GOP team are very, very polar opposites in terms of the damage spread. We're sitting at the top on eSuba in his VZ55 and over 4,181 damage. Alex sitting there in his VZ and 3,389. Navy SEAL sitting in his E3, that devastating tank with 3,330. Marcontifly, sitting in his IS4 of 2,523. 2 solid kills there. The E100 that we were talking about earlier, blocking quite a bit, getting 1,571. The Kranvan, who just run into the middle of the cap trying to shoot his way out of it for the GOP team, getting 1,251 damage. So not that much, really. And the 113 at the end there, getting 1 shot of damage with 450.
But look at Blue. Look at Blue, 13, 12, 6. He didn't penetrate 50% of his shot, plus getting 1 shot into allies. So
Absolutely, that's massive. Shots fired 14 by Blue, by 3PX, and he only penetrated 6 of his shots. You know what? That's devastating.
yeah, this might cost them the game.
Do you think that cost them the whole game?
Yeah, it might have.
I mean, that's RNG for you. We all love it. We all hate it. We only love it when we're playing those big, devastating tanks where you only get 1 shot a game before you get exploded, and you manage to one-shot somebody for a 1,200 damage. But this time, RNG not on the side of 3PX and Blue. Let's see how the guys are doing in the training room. Are they ready for the next match?
Waiting for the from GOP or VPX already.
3PX are probably howling at each other right now. They're probably very upset with their performance. They're probably trying to figure out what exactly went wrong, but they don't have much time to really get their brains in gear, get reset, and see if they can attack successfully. Obviously, GOP successfully attacking, it's harder to attack than it is to defend, most people will say. I think it's a common thing in warfighting, for instance. Normally, if you're attacking somewhere, you want 3 or 5 times or 10 times the people to take a position than the people holding the position. I can't remember the exact numbers, but it's a significant portion need to be attacking it to actually overwhelm the positions. So that just shows you that in military doctrine, normally the attacking team, the attacking side, whoever they may be, need overwhelming numbers to take a position. So this shows you about the strategies and how competent these players have to be in order to successfully take out this attack. Anyway, the teams and the players are getting ready. They're showing each other their tanks. We're going to go straight into the game now. Himmelsdorf attack defense, and this time 3PX are attacking GOP. Let's run down the tanks that they have chosen. So 3PX attacking, like I said, they're on the blue side for me, and they've got an IS-4, VZ-55, 1, 2, 3 of those, and 3 E3s. That is a turn for the tanks, that's for sure. Meanwhile, the GOP team have got an E100, an IS-4, an IS-7, a Super Conqueror, 2 VZ-55s, and an E3. So 2 very different teams there. We've got the long reloads of the E3s. How devastating do you think that's going to be?
It's being huge. The EVs are going to be same used at B0 as Navy last game, but I'm not really sure about the I7 pick there.
Absolutely.
Finding it not that useful, but he might be into the B3 window or not, just pushing down. Not sure about that one. Even the 277 or 113 could put that there even faster and better.
So it looks like GOP have sent the I7 down to the 1 cap to have a look at maybe defending it, or at least get the information to see if they're attacking it. Obviously, we can see from our maps that the 3PX are currently on the hill. They've taken the hill. Take the hill, win the game. That's what they always say in randoms. We'll see if that really plays out. Meanwhile, they've set up a defensive perimeter around the 2 cap, have GOP using their E3s, IS-4s, and E100s. So I feel like it's a mirror image. We're going to see 3PX try and achieve what GOP did. What do you reckon, Fila?
Yeah, they are doing the same, but now the Navy SEAL is in E3 and at A5 behind the rocks there, so he's an add-on with E3, so he will be punishing everyone down at the A line.
One thing I think is different, though, actually, I've just noticed, is the E100 has kept a line of sight all the way up the B line, and he'll be able to spot the cross. That's vital information. They'll have early warning, and that will probably enable the IS-7 for GOP to come back from the G3 position and maybe come back to reinforce and defend against that push. That's different from how the IS-4 sat, and he spots everybody going across, surely.
Yeah, now the Navy SEAL is going to farm them there. And Marco just sidestepping over there and peeking. Now Navy SEAL got the huge farm. IS-7 should start rotating towards the 2 cap already.
Yeah. I think, do you think they're going to do a split push down the A-B line, or do you think they're all going to go down the same line?
They might go same line, just same B or same A. My take on they will go B line because there's no EV down there, only Skunk and E100. So fast B line into the C line and D line and just splitting it.
Yeah, I'm noticing down at the bottom on the G line, the IS-7 for the GOP plant is actually making his way to Banana Road. And VZ-55, I don't know what he's doing in the central square there. Maybe he's getting shot at by the VZ-55 in the hill. Maybe he's kind of trading with him, keeping his attention so that he doesn't reinforce the AB line for the 3PX team. Oh, I've just had a look at Navy SEAL's E3 position in A5. That's a very interesting position. A little rock pile there. He's got himself hull down. That's a position I've never seen before.
They are not able to get him out of this. Only with HEs, but even with HEs, it's super hard to get it out.
Who's carrying HE at the moment? Okay, so it looks like the 3PX team are changing tactics. They've realized they can't push on that, and they're coming off the hill on the other side. The VZs are moving. We're going to see a rotation at 6.5 minutes.
Yeah,
they are tearing down the hill.
Are you going to just overrun this IS-7? The Taurosaro is just dead now. He should start running now, but he doesn't know, so this guy is getting overrun.
Yeah.
And the Alex might be next, even though he getting the clip out there.
And do you know what? The discipline from these VZs, they've swapped the highest hit point guy to the front. you know what? That's brilliant. They have great awareness of what each other's doing and how each other's are playing. But the VZs have got a crossfire on the other VZs.
Yeah, but
so
they have to clip it. They have to clip the i7
they have to
there.
get rid of this. They have to penetrate every single shot. Retardo going down to less than 600 hit points, and the VZs are reloading now at the moment.
Yeah.
So
they bounce him like 3 times.
and the information has been pushed.
Apple bounced him one time and Tage as well once time. So Apple is now dying for that because the i7 is peaking and Tage can't cross it towards his buddies.
So it looks like the VZs have pretty much been locked down, and if they cross, they're going to lose a whole bunch of hit points, like Lex does there.
Yeah. This is disaster for PPX.
Absolute disaster. I think they might have thrown this game already, but let's wait and see what the fat lady sings at the end. The E3 for 3PX has made his way towards the 2-cap. Maybe he's going to try and get some shots on the IS3, the IS4, sorry, and the E3 from a different angle because they could not get him out. You know what? That E3 sitting there in A5, for GOP, really being crucial and completely devastating the plans for 3PX.
But still, look at the HPs. Even for me, it's like at equal 1k difference there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It might be back, I'm not sure, but still.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's back.
Okay, so we have currently GOP sitting just short of 14,000 hit points, and 3PX sitting on 9,500 hit points. There's a tank's difference between them. Meanwhile, all of them have all of their tanks, so you're seeing a lot of guys down on one-shots. Retardo sitting there on 592, and Lex in his VZ55 sitting down there in 445 hit points. So on both teams, we've got one-shot tanks, more or less, as they're all jostling for position. Nothing really happening now at the moment. They're all reassessing, probably raging at each other, trying to figure out how to do it, how to get tanks out of the game.
Not really, GOP is there in comfy position because they are defending, so they don't have to play and they don't have to do anything.
They just have to stay in the game and
While
stop
the
them from reacting.
are already beating the HPs, they are down like 4k on HPs, so they are losing this game.
The 3PX have really got to figure out a way to get through this puzzle. And a little boost by the IS4 to get over the rubble pile. Maybe he's trying to get the gun out of the game of the IS7, driven by Retardo. And they do exchange fire. Retardo going down to 171 hit points.
I'm not sure, but I'm not sure that 3PX can win this game still.
And the first kill goes to Apple.
This will be super hard for 3PX winning this game.
You know what? Yeah, absolutely. IS4 is just taking a HE shell to the side for not very many hit points. So I didn't even realize people were loading those at the moment.
It's 5k HP defense for GOP, so...
I think they're just going to run out of time here. I genuinely do. I think that time is not on their side. BZ55 attempting to keep his weak points behind the E3 and tried to unload both of his shots down the range towards the Super Conqueror and the opponent's VZ55, driven by Isuba.
Now full HP Alex is rushing the Ager, killing the Ager in time, not even getting the hit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now he's getting to pull out, reload and kill the Appler, while the Isuba is still on full HP with nearly full HP 100, so they will just run over the silent with Lexa.
Absolutely, and it looks like the IS4 for the 3PX team has snuck into cap there. He's got 1:40 left. He could cap out here, but it's highly unlikely at this moment in time. Actually a decent position, and it could be a very cheeky way of doing it, but the cap was reset by Mark in his IS4, so that causes the 3PX IS4 to re-jostle for a position, and he's reset again. Do you know what? He had a chance there. I think he's just lost that chance.
Yeah,
We've got less than 1:30 to go, and it takes obviously 2 minutes to cap out a base.
This is over for 3PX. They are now going to Prokhorovka, and we will see how they might win on this side, which is Ghost Town, but I'm not sure. Seeing this, they might get overrun by GOP.
I think 3PX have absolutely been destroyed here. And I really do blame it on that E3 sitting in A5. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, the Navy SEAL did a great job
Yeah,
over there.
that was a game-changing position. I've not seen anybody play that yet, so just the two E3s to take, with a combined hit points of 2,812 to GOP, who've got 7,500 HP. So it's all over now. We've got 35 seconds remaining on the clock, and it's just a matter of time. They don't even need to kill them if they don't want to, but of course they're going to try and kill them just for the glory.
I'm not sure if they can because Luca is still sitting up there in hull down.
Absolutely.
And they've got 20 seconds. Not sure if they are able to kill him in that time.
Probably not, to be honest. And why would you even bother? You got 15 seconds, like you say. That's game over, isn't it?
And he's giving up. He turned his side, so.
Oh, he's being sportsman-like and just giving up his side. You know,
No,
he realizes
he's trolling.
he's trolling them, is he?
Yeah. Okay. Showing side and then just killing them.
Oh dear. Well, you know what? That strategy just did not play off. That's a shame for 3PX. That is such a shame. That strategy. Alrighty. So that's us back into the green screen studio, I suppose. Fila, what's your feelings here?
I'm feeling disappointed by
I
the
bet you're
3PX
gutted,
there.
aren't you?
Yeah. And kind of surprised by the GOP performance. They are really great team there.
Yeah. So what's the scores on the doors?
The GOP 2 from 3PXO, so there's a
2-0
match
at
point
the
down.
moment. So that's right, guys. Everybody, 3PX need to win the next two games in a row and then go to the tiebreaker to decide who's the winner, if that's the way it's going to go. But at the moment, the favor is very much with the GOP team, winning 2-0 at the moment. Let's go to the damage here. We'll go on the left-hand side from myself as I read it, which is 3PX going down at the top. From the top to the bottom, we've got the E3 sitting on 2,251 damage. The IS4 sitting on 2,095. Lex sitting in this VZ55 with 2,226, 2,026, my apologies. Luca sitting in his E3 on 1,992 with that cheeky troll at the end. Silent sitting in his E3 in 1,620. VZ's 55, two of them at the bottom there, not quite fulfilling anything like the potential that they have, being that they're meta tanks at the moment, coming in with 1,030 and 706 hit points respectively. Meanwhile, the victors, Isuba sitting at the top in his VZ55 on 3,500 damage. Alex sitting in his VZ just below him on 3,466, both with 2 kills. The IS4 sitting in 3,436 damage. The Super Conqueror below him sitting on 2,172. Retardo in his IS7 sitting in 1,838 hit points. The E100 with the baby gun sitting in with 1,023 hit points. He's the guy that spotted everybody, I believe, going across. Navy SEAL, who made that crucial play, but didn't get the hit points, sitting only on 822. One decent penetrating shot there. It was merely his position that changed everything. Anyway, guys, I think we're back in the studio, and what a result. 2-0 to GOP at the moment. It's theirs to win as we move on to Prokhorovka for what may be the match-winning map. Be very interesting to see how this plays out. I believe I have lost Fila. So, Xander, do you want to come in here and talk to me? Tell me how you think this is going to play out. Obviously, you're a GOP supporter yourself.
Yeah, I'm actually from GOP. You guys have no idea. My art is currently shaking because I have no idea what strategy GOP is using. I have no idea what strategy 3PX is using, and at the same time, like while trying to provide you a good experience watching the stream, at the same time, I'm just like trying to understand what they are both doing and getting hyped for GOP as well. But even though at the same time, I really want to see 3PX stand up the next 2 games and make it go to tiebreaker, because I believe that's a fair way and that will provide us much better content than just a 3-0.
Absolutely. Thanks very much, Xander. Fila, you've made it back.
Yeah, I accidentally pressed Ctrl D and it's shortcut to disconnect from the server.
Dear.
And
Well,
channel is again booked, so let's
So
go.
we've got yourself on the opposite side of the coin from Xander. Xander obviously elated that his home team that he supports is winning, and your team not doing so well.
Yeah,
I
kind
can
of
hear it. I can
disappointed
hear
by
it in
the
your voice.
VPX.
I'm sorry, buddy.
It's okay.
So Prokhorovka, fantastic map. I do like being in my even 90 in this map. In the randoms, I've had some amazing games. What about yourself?
I'm enjoying this map because I'm a light tank player.
Hmm. Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? So quite often we see tanks driving straight towards the two cap from the spawn at the bottom there. How do you think they're going to play this? Do you think we're going to see 1-2 line pushes, or do you think people are going to play for the hill?
We might see 1-2 line pushing with some light tanks and getting light tank into cap.
Yeah. It's quite easily attacked, I feel, but equally, because of the undulating ground, it looks flatter than it is. But then you can get tanks Overwatch on the far island, I suppose you would call it. There's all sorts of different variables, but do you want to commit tanks to defense and stay quite static, or do you want to be quite mobile in this map?
You want to be mobile, and because we've got books chat, so we are just doing it by the TS pokes.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at that, putting the tier 6. Oh, he left.
Luca's picking the wrong
Yeah,
tank.
Luca is picking 277, but he's French guy, so it's okay.
Alrighty, we're about to switch to the game now, guys, as the teams have been selected. And let's see this very crucial match here. Alrighty, we are in. Let's have a look at the teams that they have selected. Starting with 3PX, they've gone 2 Object 277s, 2 VZ55s. They've got 2 WZ 1115As and a T100 Light. Meanwhile, the GOP team have gone for an IS-7, a Kranvan, an Object 277, 2 CS63s, probably going to take the hill with that, I would suspect, making way for the STRV 103B and a T100 Light. So, 2 very different teams. What do you make of that, Fila?
That this will be hard for 3PX to push because they will be using the GOP will be using the I7 in hard down at the mate, so they have to get the hill control. But when the GOP own the Kanwagen, so it will be so hard for them to do something. This
So
map.
it looks to me like GOP are committing a lot of resources towards the 2 cap, maybe thinking that they might be pushed on that side until they get that information. Probably going to be provided by the IS-7 moving up to the central area at E6.
Yeah, and the one cap is uncapable as well because Baboon is in the bush and the STB is covering him, so they cannot cap the one cap.
So this is going to be a slow grind through enemy tanks on the hill potentially.
Yeah, this might be the slow, steady movement towards the second cap there.
Yeah.
Getting the CS pick down.
Absolutely. And I feel like when it's a slow, steady grind, it very much comes down to the individual skill of the players and not so much the tactics. When you commit forces to doing that, they've got to make sure that they penetrate their shots. They make those shots count, every single one of them. Okay, so interestingly, we have a 277 sitting in K1 by 3PX. I don't feel like he's doing anything at the moment. Do you think he's going to start pushing down the one line? Or is
He
it too
should
early?
be, but he's there to protect the one line if the LT decides to just rush the 1-2 line. So
Yeah.
he's there to control that.
Absolutely, but obviously his team are attacking, so shouldn't he be in the game?
He have to be there. That's the point. He cannot leave this. If he's leaving that, the LT can just move there and farm them. So
And just spot them all,
it's
absolutely.
the must-have position for him.
So that's very interesting. That's a lot of hit points to be leaving lying around at the bottom of the map, though. And that's just to clarify for the audience who may not be as versed as you are, Fila. They might be looking at that and going, what is he doing down there? Ooh, jeepers. So the hit point being exchanged by quite a lot. Let's have a look.
They are now pushing. The VPX now starting to push the hill up to the CSAs, while the WZs are just farming them from the mate.
Absolutely, and Bum Bum and Dead, who's driving a CS63 down to less than 600 hit points. He's going to have to bug out of there as quickly as he can.
Bum Bum,
Otherwise, he'll lose the gun out of the game, and they do
he
not want to
now
be doing
might
that.
be dead. Oh, never mind. The Silent can overpick him and give him shot, but he's giving it to the Alex.
So he's now gone into a rear position, and Alex, on almost half hit points in his CS63, is going to have to hold the hill himself with the Cram Van for support, whilst everybody repositions. So that slow grind is paying off slowly but surely for 3PX at the moment.
Now the VPX is rotating the VZs and 277, so they are ready to overpush the I7 or the jump rails. So they will be jumping chaos onto the second cap, killing the 277 in process, and just trashing them.
Oh, and Alex takes a massive slam to the side there, going down to 719 hit points. The WZ and the Object 277 going straight through him.
Silent burning. Alex is staying alive.
Somebody is exploded.
We'll have
Alex
to peek and
somehow
Alex.
still alive.
Yeah,
And finally, he gets a shot in the back. 249 hit points remaining, and that is him taken out of the game. Cramvan is now faced by 3 tanks coming towards him.
I'm not sure if they have any way to getting deal with this gun.
I don't feel like they achieved the push the results that they wanted.
Yeah, this might actually be game for the GOP because now the 277 is pushing down A. So if he's now going to die in like matter of seconds.
I just don't feel like that was very well executed. They should have.
Oh, speak. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I feel like that they didn't execute that push very well at all. They did. Maybe a shot was missed. Maybe we'll see in the end plate scores there. But I feel like something didn't quite go right there.
Ich is now dying. They've got 277. They've got full HP 277, which is useless. At this point of time, he's useless. Same as Blue, which is sitting at as well.
As Blue takes a couple of really damaging shots though into the Cramvan.
Yeah, but still he's got UK HP. He's not using them. Same as these.
And it goes down to the GOP team. GOP still though on 8,644 hit points. They're down in a deficit of 2,000. 3PX 9,488. They've just got a damaging shot into one of the VZ55s by the CS63, I believe.
I7 is now dying. Yeah, they now have to get under the STV to A6 and maybe get the positions on the cap, killing the T100.
Absolutely,
meantime.
They need to kill that T100 light and the STRV if they're going to make anything of Cap 1.
They have to go A6 totally.
Yeah, they have to push, and they have to push hard and fast.
They will be still spotted.
Blue taking a massive shot into his lower glacis there, probably sitting pretty on the hill. But I think that the GOP team have now realized that they're being pushed on C4, and they're going to have to start redistributing forces.
And look at the baboon. He's still in the bush, not spotted.
Absolutely. He's going to sit there all day as well.
Yeah.
He's going to spot every single one of them, and they're just going to get whittled down by that STRV.
The ranger should just proxy spot him, go for the neighbor and just proxy spot him. Not sure what he's doing.
Yeah,
they are
I'm
trying
surprised.
to bind him, but they cannot find him.
So although we've got 35 seconds left on the cap, both of these guys are in fact perma-spotted by Isuba Babon. So, you know what though? What I am noticing, CS63 on Bum and Dead, he's almost a one-shot, 1.5 shot. We've got the Cramvan, Retardo Soro,
Look at the baboon.
Oh,
He's got
Babon just got blind-shotted.
And Luca is
10 seconds
so
remaining on the cap. Oh,
Luca,
and he got shot again.
The baboon is there. He now fired. He's getting
He's
spotted.
Fired.
And
3 seconds remaining on the cap.
3PX
And all of a sudden, 3PX have won the game. I expected with that they would get. I can't believe I just saw that. I've actually lost for words there. I didn't think that they could cap that, but they did cap it.
That was so great from 3PX.
That was. I think I don't know if the pressure got to GOP there. I don't know if it was a lucky shot. They realized that they'd hit the T100 light in the bush, and then thought, "Oh, I've hit something. I better hit him again," and that's just caused everything to change.
Yeah,
I really did expect that STRV to put the damage in.
Luka was blinding those bushes all the time. He was blinding bush by bush and just get the lucky shot on the baboon there.
That's crazy. We'll talk about that in just a second, but let's go down the damage and just have a look at the 3PX team who won that game, bringing it back to 2-1, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 for GOP, 1 from 3PX.
2-1. So 3PX managing to get a win here. So at the top of the team, sorted by damage, in his VZ55 with his Lex sitting on 2,498 damage. Blue in his WZ 11111115A with 2,450. Apple in his VZ55 getting 2,177 and a kill. Luca sitting in his Object 277 on 1,500 damage. Ich sitting in his Object 277 with 1,000 damage. Ragnar in his Ranger flipping heck in his T100 light sitting in on 2 kills and 736 damage. And Silent in his WZ 1115A with 1 damaging shot of 547. Meanwhile, the GOP team sitting at the top of his team is the Crown Van on 2,760 and a kill. Navy SEAL there getting 1,847 in his SDRV. Bum Bum and Dead in his CS63 getting just over 1,500 worth of damage. Alex in his CS63 getting 1,160. The IS-7 getting 1,051 hit points. Object 277, the Yaz, getting 1 damaging shot of 568, and Isuba Babon in his T100 light getting no damaging shots whatsoever. What a turn for the books. Absolutely fantastic. What an exciting game. Bringing them back into the competition, really. They were almost out of it, and we get to see another go at Prokhorovka from the other side this time. Philo, what are your comments on that?
I'm still the 3PX fan, but Silent is a member of Team Hive, which is 15 versus 15 team, and they've got curse that they are getting to the decider and losing that all the time. They are giving or getting the match point and then losing.
Yeah.
So I'm scared that this will happen again, that they will get to the 2-2 on the Ghost Town and they will just lose.
And that's right, guys. So everybody for the stream, Ghost Town is the tiebreaker this time. So that is a map that we've seen quite a lot. A lot of teams selecting that map for their first maps. So it's very interesting. Right, the teams are about to disclose which tanks that they are taking for this second run at Prokhorovka as we go into a potential 2-2 or a 3-1. We'll see how it works out. So let's just see how the teams distribute themselves as we load into Prokhorovka for the final time today. On 3PX's team, they have gone with a team setup of 2 Object 277s, 2 VZ55s, WZ1115A, 2 of those, sorry, and a T100 Light for that crucial spotting. On the GOP side, we've got Alex sitting in his IS-7. We've got 2, 3, 4 IS-7s, 1 Super Conqueror, E-Super sitting in his Batchat 25 ton, and Navy SEAL in his Leopard 1. Interesting lineup there, Fila. What do you reckon?
That I'm not fan of the budget pick, but I'm not fan of it overall, and they are going for the second cap, while the VPX is just state pushing towards the middle and hoping that they can get some shots of them. And
yeah, looking
because
for the cross.
For IS-7 pick indicates that they might be playing for the one side, but they are playing for the second, so
of course, yeah. So they're basically doing a 50-50 push. The 3PX team going straight down the middle, getting much map control, but GOP team are pushing down the 789, potentially going straight to the 2 cap, which is completely undefended.
Yeah, now the VPX have to get the A6 position, maybe even the A8 to defend the second cap.
As they all basically left wheel and think about what they have to do in order to defend the 2 cap, because now they've all realized.
But this will be interesting to watch, because the Lexa with Apple is going under the yaks of the S-Kongs. So they will be farming the IS-7 Apple over there.
Do you know what? I really like the Navy SEAL in his Leopard 1 going high on that hill. You know what? That's actually quite an intelligent pick, because that gun is well known to be pretty good, I'd suggest, as a sniper. I was skeptical of seeing when I read out the Leopard 1 there, but that could be a game-changing tank. What
Yeah,
do you
and look
reckon?
at the FA. He's burning and he's dead from the Lexa with Apple over peaks
Absolutely.
minus 1.7k HPs.
There you go. You know, I mean, that brings the teams pretty much even on hit points, and bearing in mind that one team has overwhelmingly got IS-7s.
Yeah, and the pick of the Leo is instead of STV because Leo is way much mobile and
Absolutely. The versatility of the Leo is night and day compared to the SGRV, isn't it?
Apple is dead by the Lexa, which was able to overpeak him for free to be
Yeah.
over there.
GOP immediately going one tank down. The hit points are staying relatively close, though. 1,000 or so damage between them. But that's only going to get more, I think. I feel like it is going to go to 2-2 at the moment, the way I'm looking at things.
Yeah,
because
it might
there is
be.
a split with GOP. Half their tanks are at the north, and a couple of them are south. So this is crucial as another tank goes down.
The Leo is now getting spotted by an Angel in a moment, and they have to overpush Silent, but Silent is running, while he's got the coverage of the blue Beticha.
This could be the turning point. This is the play that's going to make the difference. So Isuba and Alex in the IS-7 in the back chat are going to have to push the A line and get on the back of that WZ115A, or the guys in the middle. Meanwhile, the IS-7s have pushed round into them, trying to even up the scores.
But look at the HPs, the GOP is getting obliterated over there.
It's like 3,000 difference now.
Yeah.
That's quite a difference.
They still got two big potential tanks out of the combat, which are now coming in and just being able to kill the IS-7 for free.
And 3PX being very efficient and just getting guns out of the game. That's massive.
3PX is just showing their dominance in this scale. This is what I was expecting to see even at Himmersdorf, to be honest.
Do you know, maybe they had a little bit of stage fright to begin with, as we see the jump onto the IS-7. That's one for the camera roll. Not quite getting the kill, though. That would have been great if he'd have actually killed it, as Alex the Toxic raises his gun in salute, because he knows that he's the last tank remaining.
This is GG 2-2. Let's go for the Ghost Town.
So Ghost Town, I mean, it's going to be going straight to a tiebreak as Alex gets his turret popped off. That's brilliant. That was absolutely fantastic. You know what? It's great to see this game going all the way to the final match, the final tiebreaker. So who do you think has the advantage in the tiebreaker, Fila?
The defending side.
Defending side to begin with?
Yeah. Depends who's defending. Like, I'm still VPX team, so even if they would be attacking, I'm still believing in them, but the defending side are generally better than the attacking one.
Right, so let's go for the damage, have a little look, see how all of the players performed. So I'm going to start with 3PX, who won this game, bringing it back to a 2-2 score. Starting at the top with Lex in his VZ55, getting 4,454 damage and 2 kills. Meanwhile, Apple is the Turtle, also in his VZ55, getting 2,484 damage. Blue getting 2,457 and 2 kills in his WZ1115A. Lucas in his Object 277, getting 2,177 damage and a kill. Ich in his 277 also getting just over 2,000 damage. The T100 Light getting 1,831 damage and securing 2 kills. And Silent down there at the bottom in his WZ1115A, securing 1,438 hit points worth of damage. Meanwhile, on the GOP team, Alex at the top there in his IS-7, securing 3,501 hit points and a kill. Next, the next IS-7 only managed to get 2,566 damage. Navy SEAL in his Leopard 1, which we spoke about quite a lot during the match, potentially being a game changer, didn't manage to pull it off, only securing 1,948 damage. Isuba sitting in his back chat 25T, a pick that Fila does not like, getting only 784 damage, not even a full clip's worth of damage, I would suspect.
That's the reason why I don't like it. because like he's getting 6 shots, 5 hittings. Like
Yeah.
any other tank would be more useful than the bad chat, even
I
the
think
light
the
tank.
bat chat does feel like a little bit yesteryear. I would suggest. I'm just going to finish off the scores on the doors. The Super Conqueror, driven by the Yaz, getting 743 hit points. The IS7's coming in at the bottom on 590 and 0 hit points. So the IS7's maybe the wrong pick here. Let's just go back to the balcony. Right, guys, thanks very much. That was a very interesting game. Now we're going to go to the next map, the tie-breaking map. Yeah. Have we got...
Hey stream, we're just deciding and checking who's the fastest attack. Sorry for interrupting you, Whitestorm. I just got the question from Silent XV2. So, Phil, could you please check out who was the fastest attack, and the fastest
Let's
attack
go.
will decide who.
That's
Might
quite
be
a feat.
GOP. Yeah, the GOP is picking the side.
Yeah. So whilst they do that, I'm just going to remind the stream that we have exclamation mark giveaway for information on our giveaway for our final match happening next weekend, I do believe. That is when the finals will be. Fixtures will be decided tonight. Who's going to be going through? We cannot wait to see which of these two teams, who are currently at each other's throats, sitting on 2-2, going into the tiebreaker. So yeah, we have the giveaway, which is the Carnarvon, some premium time in the game. So please get ready, get involved, take part. Remember, this is WoTi League. It's for the players by the players. So we're very, very delighted to have that for you guys. I'd like to say thank you to everybody who's now following the channel. Thank you so much. We've had a lot of guys come through following the channel. Thank you so much. This is really important to us, and I'd just like to mention our team who have helped us out. We've partnered up with the Daily Bounce and MMO Double G. Thank you so much to them for promoting us, getting our name out there so that more players can take part in future tournaments. Future tournaments will be happening and they will be decided very, very soon. Obviously, we have a lot of work to do. We're going to be asking all of the clans that have taken part, because this is for the clans, by the players, should I say. They have an input on how this format is sculpted, how it's made, whether there's any improvements, whether we keep it as it is, as the meta changes. They're going to want to have a say. They're going to want to change the maps potentially. So it's all decided by the players. We listen to them. We send them out questionnaires and we say, what do you want to see? And then we develop the tournament, and hopefully, fingers crossed, everything goes to plan. We will have much more for you in the next tournament, approximately, and take this with a pinch of salt. In 3 months' time, we've got to get through Christmas first, guys. So, Fila, do we have any information?
Yeah.
Xander, do we have any information?
The GOP are going to defend and VPX is going to attack.
Excellent. So just for everybody, I don't know if that was live, but Xander has just informed me that the team that wins will be playing against Tents. Is that in the final?
No, it's the semifinals.
That's the semi-finals. So that will be streamed on Saturday next week, I believe, with the finals being on Sunday. So very, very exciting. All still to play for, and this game is definitely hotting up as the players begin to start picking their tanks and getting into spectator mode, ready for the countdown. Fila, any words of how you think this is going to be taking place?
I'm believing the VPX will win, but I'm expecting from GOP to defend the second base while playing the QCSs on each of the balconies.
Yeah. I mean, those
But
balconies, we saw how crucial they were in the last match that we saw streamed on the channel. So it's going to be very interesting how they get around the map and try and create those opportunities for crossfire.
still waiting for confirmation from VPXs.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
the
so
chat is dead again. So
chat is dead again. That DDoS is really affecting us tonight, but we have ways around it. Absolutely. So I've just received confirmation that the giveaway is 100% ready to go. So don't forget to write !giveaway. And I would like to very much thank Wargaming for providing that giveaway, guys. So lots of love to Wargaming for providing a giveaway for us. Thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate it. This is really going to help elevate the community. And now we're going to head straight into Ghost Town for the tiebreaker, or the first of two fixtures in this tiebreaker, 3PX versus GOP. Let's have a look at the teams. We have 3PX bringing in an E100, an Object 277, 1, 2, 3, 4 VZ55s, and Silent driving in the CS63. Meanwhile, GOP have gone for an AMX 50B, an E100, a Cramban, a Super Conqueror, 2 VZ55s, and a Batchat 25-ton. What do you reckon about that, Fila?
That the VPX is going to fast push second base. They are just with the setup going to fast push one of the bases. Would say it's second base. Even by they are just going by the H line towards the second base.
Absolutely, and it looks like 3PX are exploring towards the south. Meanwhile, the GOP team is taking a defensive position all along the 4 line with a Kranvan going up into the Crow's Nest up in A4. That's brilliant. Teams getting into positions, early shots being exchanged, but no hit points have been exchanged just yet. Not that much difference really in the hit points. We're talking maybe 500 or 600 hit points difference, so 1.5 shots of difference, really. So very, very close. Silent taking up his position in the Crow's Nest in CS63, and Apple in his VZ55s gets a shot in the side by the AMX 50B driven by Retardo Soro.
Yeah, the Batchet is now getting blinded. Was he spotted? No, he was getting blind shotted, but the other VZs missed. That's kind of unfortunate for them. Otherwise, he would be dead already.
Absolutely, and it looks like the GOP team are going to have to give away a little bit of territory on the 1-2-3 line as the AMX 50B seeks to get high ground, and the Batchat needs to move out of the arc of fire from that Crow's Nest down in K4. Not much happening in the center. No real pushes coming out, so we're looking at a timing push at the moment, whilst teams are jostling for those vital positions.
Honestly, I don't like this by the VPX. They are just waiting for that. Now they are getting ready for the second push. But
Do you think
the
they're just
SCONK
looking for targets of opportunity at the moment?
Yeah, they are looking for some opening to go.
Absolutely.
But they are now just going to push into the positions, which will be
Oh,
costly
and
for
it looks
them.
like the VZ and the E100 is actually making their way to the far side of the cap. So maybe they're looking to actually make a move in the middle of the map.
Yeah, but the Ichas is facing the two VZs, the Alex and the other guy there. Plus the
That's going to be tricky to dig them out if they do actually get stuck in. The VZ's obviously got a lot of clip potential, but once they're on the reload, everybody can take a little breath of fresh air until they have loaded.
But look at the Silent. The Batchet doesn't know that Silent is there. So he's gonna be spotted in a moment and getting shot by the Appler.
Absolutely, absolutely. The
Batchet
Batchat
should be
has
one
got
shot
no
now.
idea. Absolutely no idea. The CS63 could pounce on him at any time. Okay, so it looks like the VZs are sitting just below to the south side of Cap 2. We've got quite a spread of forces with a VZ55 taking up to the north, just on D7. He's out of the game, and we've got a Kramvan still sitting in the Crow's Nest, A4, potentially moving away from there now.
But look at
the hit
Luka.
points.
He's
Very,
at
very
A0.
similar.
He's kind of useless there. He should be already moving towards the
Absolutely.
B7, towards the H.
Especially with
farming
the
the
time frame
Kramvan.
that we've got right now. Oh, and it looks like the CS63 is able to get rear-facing shots into the Super Conqueror any moment now.
That's nice. Lexa should now just start making a pressure on the Super Conqueror over there. Slowly but surely.
Yeah, and just grind them down slowly. They've still got 6 minutes left.
They are pushing the engine. Look at that.
Yes, they're pushing. The GOP team are pushing the VZ55 in D567, sorry.
Baboon set on fire, taking a fire for like 1.2k HPs, which is huge. Like the VPX might actually win this. The GOP are bleeding all over the
You
map.
know what?
On the
It feels
HPs.
like GOP have choked a little bit because they are less than half the hit points now, 3px. As a whole bunch of tanks go down in the center, Retardo getting his first kill, but there's a lot of one-shots on the GOP team as they go down to less than 6,000 hit points.
Yeah, this is over for GOP. Now the Navy is going to die because of the Age and Luca.
Absolutely, and do you know what? I think it was crucial of putting that at 277. We both mentioned there that he was out of the game in A0, but he
Yeah,
put in
but
a heck of a lot of damage down
in
on that
the end,
E100.
he kind of won it also.
Absolutely. Kramvan's all on his own. He's getting surrounded by blue tanks. Meanwhile, the AMX-50B pushes the CS-63, who was getting that crossfire and that Super Conqueror earlier on in the match. But obviously, it's a waste of time because the VZ is in the crow's nest in K4, and he's going to be able to support the CS all day.
And I just want to say I was fan of the VPX from the start, and I said that they will win.
Well, it's going to be interesting.
They
'cause
never broke my spirit.
they never broke your spirit.
Always fan of my Finch boys eating.
Oh dear, I think Xander is heartbroken. Well,
Eating snails there, having
I thought,
baguettes.
to be honest, that the defending team would have the advantage here, and it appears that they threw that advantage away.
Yeah, they do it by unreasonable pushes. They could just stay and wait for them, but they had to
Just that
push.
final loss of discipline potentially there that just affected everything. Heartbreaking for GOP, really.
Not for me.
Not for you though. um, let's bring some of the team captains in and see what they have to say. Meanwhile, whilst they get into the stream, into the chat channel, I'm just going to quickly go down the damage as we have done throughout the entire competition. So 3px on the left hand side of my screen, the E100 scoring 3,433 damage, securing 2 kills. Lucas in his object 277 getting just short of 3,000 damage and 2 kills. Silent in his CS63 making that push round again, the crossfire and the Kramvan, sorry, not the Kramvan, the Super Conqueror, getting 2,909 hit points of damage. The VZ getting 2,908 damage and a kill. Blue in his VZ getting 1,542. Lex in his VZ getting 1,439. And Apple is Turtle in his VZ getting 1,421. Meanwhile, on the GOP team, unfortunately, the AMX 50B secured just less than 3,000 and a kill, and the only kill for the GOP team. Mark in his Super Conqueror got 1,911. The E100 for the GOP team got just over 1,000 hit points of damage. The VZ, driven by Alex, the Toxic, getting just short of 1,000. The Backchat 25 ton, Feelers not favorite pick for the team, getting 829. The Kranvan, driven by Navy SEAL, playing that crucial role in Himmelsdorf, only securing 523 damage. That's just surprising in the Kranvan. And then Isuba Babon in his VZ55, only doing 1 shot of damage with 487. That is quite a displacement of hit points, really. You can see that overwhelmingly 3px annihilated GOP. Alrighty, let's go back to the studio. Have we got some clan officials to come and talk to? They're coming shortly. So whilst we're waiting for them to get in, whilst they mop their brows because they've been concentrating super hard, remember, guys, we have a giveaway courtesy of Wargaming. Thank you so much, Wargaming. You can find details of that by going !giveaway in the stream chat window. We also have our partners here, which is the Daily Bounce and MMOGG. Thank you so much to those guys for helping promote the channel. Remember, this is a tournament crafted by the players for the players, courtesy of Wargaming and their fantastic game, World of Tanks. Okay, so hopefully we have Retardo coming in. Hello, buddy. How you doing? Welcome to the stream.
Hey guys, how are you?
How was that for you?
Uh, I'm sad.
I'm
I'm
sorry,
sad,
buddy.
man.
I'm sorry. It's a
I'm
hard
not.
take, isn't it? It is a hard take. You guys played absolutely phenomenally with GOP going 2-0 up in the beginning there. Um, well, how much did that previous games that were mentioned did they affect you playing in clan rivals earlier on, or not them? Sorry, it was the other team. Sorry, my apologies. You guys were coming into this fresh then. Like, how much
Yes,
preparation did you have for this?
we don't have much time to practice. As well, I think we do a great performance. The first two games, I think we play very well,
Mhm.
and in the next games, some mistakes, stupid mistakes that we should not do, and
Yes.
cost us the battles. So against these teams like Trick PX, you can't make mistakes
No.
because it's difficult to win against these guys with no mistakes. Making them it's KO for you. No
Uh,
chance.
And well, I think you played absolutely fantastic. You know that both teams were playing at such a high standard that it was literally, and you can take Solstice from this, that one or two mistakes was literally the difference between the two of your teams. Strategies, maybe some questionable in terms of the questions that were answered by one team to the questions that were posed by the other. But I think that both teams were playing to such a high level that like you say, one or two mistakes really cost uh, the match. So going forward, how do you think we can improve on this league? I think that your team's participation has vastly enhanced it, and we'd like to see you back again. Do you think you will be back again?
I'm totally sure that GOP will be back again, and maybe if we find again 3PX, let's see what's going on.
Maybe we'll have a little grudge match in the future. Absolutely. Of course, it's all down to what comes out of the hat in terms of the fixtures. They are completely random. So that's absolutely fantastic. Thanks very much, Rotaro. A real pleasure to have you competing here on WoTi League. Um, thank you. Thank you very much, buddy.
Pleasure, it's ours. Thank you.
Cheers now. Okay, next we have Blue from 3PX coming into the stream.
Hey, Blue.
Hello, Blue. How you doing, buddy?
Hello. Great, and you?
Good stuff. Absolutely brilliant. That was a very exciting match. You really pulled it back there. I thought GOP sure had it from the beginning. We had some strong emotions in the stream here from from Xander, sorry, who was really rooting for the GOP team, and then 3PX come back from 2-0 down to snatch a win in the final Ghost Town tiebreaker.
Yes, like we started the games like not very focused. You could see on Himmelsdorf, they basically pushed on us in the open, and
Yeah.
our pen ratios were quite special.
Oh, yes.
And like on the second Himmelsdorf, it was kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
When our VZs overpicked on the IS7 in the middle, basically two of them actually bounced a shot, which was not allowed because then we
Yeah.
actually bled a lot of HP and we couldn't really relocate or anything.
Yeah, you were caught between a rock and a hard place when they moved into that position. I was actually had my camera trained on them at the time, and I was thinking if they don't make this, that's game over. So
Yeah, that's basically it. Like that just sealed the game. We couldn't do anything. Well, we might have been able to do something, but we didn't find anything to do at the time. So we were stuck.
so when you were 2-0 down, I mentioned to Fila, is the clan leader going to have to really give a motivational talk here, like the manager in a football match? Is he going to have to, throw the hairdryer at the star player? Is he going to have to rattle some cages and say, "I want you guys to drive forward and start shooting properly, make those shots count"? Is that?
Basically, Silent, which is the FC, he told us that we have to we have to stop sucking and it's time to try hard, maybe. So
Well, thank you for not using super colorful language there. That was
well,
that was
well,
that great insight though, absolutely brilliant. So I'm actually glad to see that you guys are in fact human. You must have been ice cold coming back from 2-0 down. GOP, I'm really. You must be feeling their pain. I'm sure you've been in their position before.
Well,
You're both in the chat at the moment. Is there anything you guys would like to say to each other? Have we ignited a feud for the future?
I don't know about that. Like, it was. We still felt like we could come back. It wasn't despair, so it was okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to say that I never disappointed you guys. I will be always CPX team.
Oh, thank
Because-
you, Fela.
Because
It's
of
good
you,
to-
Blue. Because of you.
Yes,
Silent.
I'm a very special person. I
Yeah.
know that.
With very special aim and
And of
needs.
course, we've got Xander in the chat as well. He's a GOP player, in fact,
Oof.
GOP fan. So we've got quite a mixture in the casting team today. Myself, I think I'm the only impartial guy. So
I guess it's. I guess Retardo is GOP as well.
Yeah, Ritardo is good as
Mm.
well.
yeah. So absolutely fantastic to cast your game tonight, guys, and a wonderful, wonderful exhibition of player skill. Thank you very much for competing with us. I hope to see you in the next edition.
Well, thank you for letting us participate, and it was a fun time. Even
Absolutely.
though, I was only here today, so it was quite short for me, but it was a fun time.
And
So thank you guys.
well done. Once again, well done. I'm going to move on now to thanking everybody in the chat for all of the follows that we've received. Thank you so much, guys. Don't forget that we do have a giveaway today, ! Giveaway in the chat, and you'll get information about that. Everything can be found on wotileague.com, which is our website. Please do have a little look at it. And Xander, any final words there?
No final words. Don't forget we have a special guest today from ESL.
Oh, that's right. We've got an interview with an ESL member from back in the day. I'm going to let Xander pronounce his name because I can't.
I believe it's Zurugula, but before we go to that, I believe Ritardo has one more thing to say to Blue. Am I right, Ritardo?
Yeah, to Blue and for the league, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity and for this good work all of you are doing. Big thank you and congrats, Blue. Good luck on the next games and thank you, guy.
Well, thank you. You played well.
Thank you very much, both of you.
You know what? It's absolutely wonderful to see you guys showing such fantastic sportsmanship and being absolute gentlemen. Thank you so much for competing and staying classy.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get our next interview into the chat. And whilst we do that, like I said, everything can be found on wotileague.com. Please do take a look at it. You'll see a full list of the rules, the guidelines that the players are playing to. There are no collectors, premium tanks, should I say. There's no EBRs. There's no chieftains, no 279Es. And we are proudly partnered with the Daily Bounce and MMOGG. The giveaway was kindly supported by Wargaming. Please do enter with your chance to win that tank. And we are just about ready to get in for our interview.
Just before we go to the interview, I just want to notice that we have Aces Rog on the channel. So welcome, Aces. Give free PCs to the entire administration. I'm joking. All right, let's move into Regula.
Okay, Zuragula.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hello.
How are you doing, buddy? How's it going?
I am very fine. It's so nice to be here and see World of Tanks esports just alive and, thriving in the forums.
Oh, it's great to have you. It certainly is alive and well with a lot of our guys. A lot of players wanting to compete. We had just short of 40 teams at very short notice competing in the WoTi League's first ever competition. It must be like a throwback for you going back to the ESL days.
I mean, I was always following all the esports or tournaments that community was trying to do ever since WGL sadly collapsed. And yeah, it's always great to see people trying to do something that just resembles the good old times that we had. And I love to see how it grows, how people are trying to get more professional, how teams are trying to get better and better. It's so good to see all the time.
Absolutely. And I think, do you know what? The strategies that were being shown today, the exhibition of player skill, I think it's still of a very, very high quality. I mean, just yesterday we had a guy on 1 hit point manage to carry the game. I mean, that was absolutely brilliant. Fantastic replays been shared all over the internet. And today, coming back from 2-0 down, 3px take the win. What do you make about that?
It's always the best parts of esports, of any competition, when there's a close call and just everything gets together to get this epic gameplay, surviving on 1 HP, winning the game versus 2 or 3 guys, getting from 2-0, getting the reverse sweep. It's always so fun to see. It brings all the sports emotions, and it's so good to see.
It is. It's absolutely fantastic. One thing I like about this is that it's so accessible. Obviously, Wargaming have given World of Tanks, and a lot of people would say it's pay to win. Anybody could actually compete in this because it's for the players by the players. You just need 7 friends, and if you guys are on a wavelength, you could compete in this, create strats, and win this potentially. I love the accessibility of these kinds of tournaments. Was it as accessible back in the ESL days?
It was a little bit different sometimes, especially during the 742 formats when you had tier 8s playing. Sometimes they used premium tanks, or there were some vehicles that were hard to get because we were so much sooner in the game and they were just getting released and used in tournaments right away. And everyone had, the tournament account where they had all the tanks with the maxed out crews. So the players in the Pro League were ahead of others because they had the accounts and they were able to train, they were able to fight.
Absolutely.
So much easier, and all the other players had to grind the tanks, grind the crews, and then learn the tanks and do the new strats with them. So it was so much harder for the promising players from the lower leagues to get into the silver or the gold because they didn't have the accounts and they couldn't train at this level.
Absolutely, but playing like this, using your own accounts, I think it enables you to express your individuality. Bearing in mind the game is more than 10 years old now. A lot of people have the tanks that they need to compete at the highest level, and I think that that makes this competition very accessible. I think that's really important, and I want to stress that this being for the players by the players is the reason why we're doing this kind of style of competition. Are you going to be coming back? Are you going to talk to us again in the future on during our streams?
Yes, certainly. I just liked what I saw, and I can't wait to see more of it.
I really do look forward to having you comment on our games that we're casting in the future. Absolutely fantastic to have you here. And I'd like to thank once again Wargaming for sponsoring us with a giveaway. I'd like to thank very much the Daily Bounce for hosting us, and MMOGG for hosting us on their website as well. It's such a great idea to have the community hosting their own competition and basically crafting the competition using the rules that they want to play by. In the next competition, there will be a period when we will go to all of the different clans, and this is where the clan and the clan leaders and all the different players that are involved in it really get their chance to have their say on how they want the next competition to be. Obviously, ESL, did that change the rules throughout as the meta changed, or was it very strict from the beginning?
It's not ESL to decide, honestly. It was always on Wargaming's side and on their feedback and on their communications with players. It was always crucial to get all the feedback from players during the games, after the games. I used to be an observer during the WGL, so I still had the contact with players in the lobbies.
Yeah.
And we were gathering the feedback all the time during the games even, and then after the season we were trying to introduce all the changes with Wargaming, and it was ever evolving as meta changed, as maps changed, as the engine changed. They introduced so many destructibles over the time and everything. It was a whole different story over the time, so the league had to adapt. So
Absolutely.
It was always in contact with players, but Wargaming had their thoughts about how the game should be played, and it was not always so welcome by players.
You know what? That's something that we've seen again and again and again throughout all the different esports that have happened. I don't know if you remember Battlefield when the guy jumped out of a plane and bazookaed a different plane that was chasing him and then jump back into his plane. You know, people always find a way around the physics of that game. I do remember hill boosts from the Portuguese league where they went up into the mountains and started shooting people and completely broke the game, and overwhelmingly won by a fantastic hill push. I wonder, are we going to see anything like that again in the future, or is the game now nailed down to its format?
The boosts were like the pinnacle of last season of WGL and the second last season. It was just so exciting to see all the boosts that were like except for the tactics and for the the shooting skill that everyone has because we were playing every game. The boosts were like this one little thing that changed so much for the pro players, and it also led to some epic situations like the Apple WoW crashing on cliff with the apple on the hill. I don't know if you can remember this situation.
Yeah, I think I
during
watched
the
it
final.
live.
So
Yeah.
OG.
Yeah,
the
that was the pinnacle of boosts. And then the last season, Wargaming was trying to remove all the boosts by adding all the mountains, all the invisible walls. So getting it a little bit steeper. So most of vehicles were not able to get there, but players were still trying to boost some vehicles, like getting all those trains to boost the vehicles. It was always so risky because they were obvious boosts and they were easy to counter sometimes.
Absolutely.
So they really had to train this to their very best, and it was adding so much to the emotion. Sometimes it was quite boring when they were trying to do the same boosts 4 times in a row and they failed.
Yeah.
But after that, it was bringing so much emotions. But now the game is at the level of finish that it's not going to happen anymore. Even if esports come back, it's not going to happen.
No, I don't think it is. I think the skill is so close these days at the top level that it's going to be RNG that decides it potentially. Anyway, I want to move on the conversation a little bit to the EBR meta. We have with feedback from the players, removed EBRs. So I think, for instance, on Prokhorovka, the EBR could have made all sorts of a difference. And what do you make of the choices that we've made, having no chieftains and no 279Es and no EBRs?
There are some tanks in the game that you can rely on all the game on the one tank. For example, EBR on Prokhorovka, when you have it done properly, it can win the game, just the EBR. Others just have to click left mouse button and shoot the enemies, and you can't counter it because it's so fast and it gets all the 0 AP shots and everything.
Absolutely.
And also the reward tanks. Not everyone can get them when we're playing on your regular accounts. It would be some kind of grind to win or pay to win situation when you would have to grind your tank during the Clan Wars and then you would be able to play it during the league, and that wouldn't be so good.
No, that wouldn't be so good. We wanted to make this super accessible, and we wanted everybody to be able to submit a team. Certainly in the next league, that's also going to remain the goal. And hope will we see you play?
I don't think I am at enough skill level right now to play the games. I was always, the person that watched the games and could see some plays, but I was never the game maker.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? I don't think I'm in that bracket either. So it is what it is, I suppose. Well, it's been absolutely fantastic to have you here. Do you agree with us that the EBR being banned has improved the league?
It always improves the league. I mean, I have nothing against introducing new mechanics to the game, but EBR meta, it's so hard to counter. It's all the 0 HP shots are so frustrating. We all know why it happens, because the wheels cover half of the hull and the lower half is just air below.
I thought they were adamantium wheels.
Yeah, but you're penetrating through the wheel and there's nothing behind the wheel. So it's a 0 HP shot and it's so frustrating for players, and also it's so hard to counter. So removing EBRs makes it more fair, and also lets teams introduce different tanks to play their role. So you can have some more DPM if you need it, or you can have more scouting if you need it, but there's no, one for all.
No, there's not. I mean, I don't know what they would. I'm thinking of my military history, and I don't really think what tank I could think of that could really that Wargaming could introduce that would change or balance out the EBR in terms of on a competitive side. I've not really got any idea what could. I don't know. I think we've made the right decision to remove it for the time being. So I think yeah. How about at some point in the future, you want to cast the next league with me?
I mean, I would be honored.
You'd be honored. That's great. Thank you so much. I'd
Thank
be
you.
honored as well. That'd be fantastic. So what else? I think we're pretty much coming to the end of the stream today. I'm hoping that we've done well enough today with all the fantastic followers that we've managed to gain, that we might actually get onto a kind of affiliate partnership level with Twitch. So we might be able to start progressing on that front. I think the league has done absolutely fantastic so far, and I think I'm really looking forward to seeing who it is that makes it through to the final in the next fixture that's going to be on Saturday. So let's get ready for that. How are you playing the game currently at the moment, Zuru?
Yes, I am a lot.
How are you doing in the mission marathon?
I'm a community contributor, so I don't have to do the marathon because I got the tank on my account for free. So I was playing the AMX all the time
you just
during the
going
marathon.
about. You've just been going about killing all of our normal players in your fancy
With
new
the reward tank, yep.
Oh, that's evil. No, you're entitled to do that, I suppose. That's fantastic, though. You know what? That's probably the best time to try and get gun marks on it for sure, huh?
I'm
Before
not sure
everybody's
because
got
all
it.
the community contributors are quite skilled players, so the requirements are going crazy high in the beginning, and then after 2 weeks from marathon, that's the best moment to grind the tank actually, because all the players who grinded it will be able to play the tank.
Yeah. So for myself, as I alluded to earlier, I'm only on level 4 of the marathon, and Fila, you were saying that you're on level 6
Yeah,
at the
I'm
moment.
level 6 already.
Oh, see, I feel like I've got another 40, 50 hours to play just to try and get the blooming thing.
Do the mastery ones.
I'm on level 0.
I'm just not good enough to get all the mastery ones.
Oh.
So I'd like to be. I'm constantly improving, but I just even though 8+ years of playing the game, I just can't seem to get it. So and the teams this recently have been, obviously they've all been trying to get the wins, and it's a tricky time for the average player for sure in World of Tanks. Very tricky indeed. Anyway, I'm gonna bring us to a close here. Thanks so much for jumping in and chatting to us, and I look forward to speaking to you very, very soon, and hopefully casting with you. That would be interesting. And again, Fila, thank you very much for jumping in and casting with me on this fantastic stream. Really fantastic to cast with you.
Thanks for the invitation. It was a pleasure to be there, and pleasure to cast with you also.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much. And Xander, you're in the backstages there. Thank you very much for helping set this up, for controlling the camera. You're the one that's been doing the observer mod. Thank you very much. And chatting to me on stream a little bit there as well. Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome, Whitestorm. Also, just to give the stream an idea, I'm the responsible for the communication breaks between Whitestorm and Philip, because I'm always saying, hey, check this, check that out. Oh, it's not that. So I'm the annoying guy in the backstage.
He's just the cheeky guy in the backstages.
I also would like to take the opportunity to thank Zuru for coming to the interview. This is the actual first interview we do on a stream. I'd like to thank everyone that was on stream today and the other days, everyone that participated, everyone from the organization. I think I said Zuru already.
Thank you.
Phil, thank you for the accepting the invite. Aubrey as well. Thank you, everyone. You're making this community league go ahead, and who knows, we might see each other in 3 months. That's
excellent. Thank you very much. And I think once again, I'm going to thank everybody for following the stream. Don't forget, you can enter the giveaway by pressing !giveaway to get all the details of how to do that. The giveaway will be announced on the final. It will be probably just before the final or after. I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet. Thank you very much to the Daily Bounce, MMOGG, for partnering with us. Thank you, buddy. And Wargaming, thank you very much for providing that giveaway for us to give away to our community. Thank you very much. I'm going to end the stream there. what a stream it's been, and congratulations to 3PX. Bye bye.